And I'd like to start with, they say, Ile Latin Keshorode, Abi? So we'd like to start with the chairman. And I'd like to, with all of us, the two of us, we'd like to humbly welcome you on behalf of the chairman and founding chairman and the owner of West Midlands Communication Limited, the proud owners of Splash FM, Ibadan, Splash FM, Abeokuta, and Lagelu FM, Ibadan. I'm talking about High Chief Adebayo Akande MFR.
Eba fi àtẹ́wọ́ gbé bàbá wa alága àtolùdásílẹ̀ ìkànnì Splash àti Lagelu FM. Eba fi gbé ọ̀dìdé bá ṣe ń kí wọn. Tá tó ń fọkọ wọn kí gbogbo àwọn ìkàn tó ti wà ń bí. Ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀.
Is the Karun Olubadan of Ibadan land. We are happy to be associated with him. Chief Mrs. Dr. Onikepo Akande, CON, two-time Minister, Federal Republic of Nigeria. She is also the Yalaje Iyalode of Ibadan land. Welcome, madam.
Àtẹ́wọ́.
We'd like to also introduce very proudly Mrs. Olato Akande. Welcome, madam.
Eba fún wọn látẹ́wọ́ dáadáa.
We also like to introduce and welcome to this gathering the friends of our chairman, as well as distinguished personalities in this space. I have here Chief Bayo Oyero, a former president of the Central Council of Ibadan Indigenes, and Are Mayegun of Ibadan land. Welcome, Baba. Thank you very much for coming today, sir. Alhaja Moromoke Ayinde, she's also a friend of our organization. She is the CEO of Keram Lee Gym and Fitness Center here in the city of Ibadan. We have members of the press who are here invited. I'd like to welcome all of you in a very big way, borrowing Donald Trump's language. We welcome you bigly. Mr. Yinka Agwola is the chairman of Southwest Online Publishers. Swag up. Welcome, sir. We'd like to also, in a moment, welcome the distinguished candidates as well as the governor of Oyo State, whom will also be welcoming to this grand occasion, along with his entourage. Tayo.
Mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ kí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́wọ́ yìí káàbọ̀ sáàrin wa. Wọ́n ti wà níbí pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n jọ kọ́wọ́rìn àti igbákejì wọn, ìyẹn ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà wa Ṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé. Ẹ bá mi pa àtẹ́wọ́. Gómìnà ti wà láàrin wa báyìí láti inú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP. Àwọn ni olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá PDP nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ báyìí. Ẹ bá mi pa àtẹ́wọ́ láti kí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Wọ́n ti wà ń bí.
We also welcome His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Barrister Adebayo Abdurrahim Lawal.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sáàrin wa.
Welcome, sir.
Ẹ káàbọ̀.
We have the Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Edward Ogundoyin.
Ẹ bá wa fún wọn ní àtẹ́wọ́.
We'd like to welcome every other person who came here with the governor, the SSG, and all the other members
COS,
of all of
DCOS, àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jọ wá pátápátá la kí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sáàrin wa.
We also welcome specially the other candidates. We will be introducing them in a moment. We'll also read their profiles after we have brought them to the podium here. Essentially, we just like to welcome all the other members of all the partners and friends of our organization and the media.
Oda, lọ́wọ́ báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wa live and direct lórí ìkànnì Lagelu 96.7 FM àti lórí ìkànnì Splash 105.5 FM. Ẹ lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti gbọ́ wa live and direct lórí BCOS TV bó máwòrán BCOS. Ẹ wò wá bí ìran bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ wa kétékété. Bákan náà lórí Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 ẹ gbọ́ wa kétékété ń bẹ̀ bí ìtàkùrọ̀sọ tòní bó ṣe ń tẹ̀sọ́wọ́ wájú. Bákan náà là ń kí gbogbo àwọn lájọ tí a ti fìwé pè táwọn aṣojú wọn ti wà láàrin wa láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa fi ọ̀gbẹ́ni Káyọ̀dé Ọ̀dẹ́dòkun kí máa kí wọn káàbọ̀ sáàrin wọn. Àwọn ni State Director National Orientation Agency NOA. Ẹ bá mi pa àtẹ́wọ́ ayọ̀ fún wọn. Wọ́n ti wà láàrin wa báyìí. A sì ń tẹ̀síwájú láti máa ṣe àfihàn gbogbo àwọn ìkànnìkan tí wọ́n dé sáàrin wa pàápàá jùlọ àwọn olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà tí ó kópa nínú ìtàkùrọ̀sọ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wa live and direct ẹ lọ sórí Facebook Lagelu FM àti Splash FM ẹ rí wa wò bí ìran lórí Twitter wa ẹ máa wò wá ń bẹ̀ bí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé wò ni kẹ́ máa share ẹ jẹ́ kó kárí ilé Michael Ọlátúbọ̀sún Tèmítáyọ̀ Oyèládùn ààbọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ló kọ́ mi máma pe ẹja pé gbọ́n ká má bàa pé gbọ̀n jìnnìjìnnì bí ẹni ojú rámú ààbọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tó fọmọlúàbí tó bá dénú ẹ̀ yóò dòdìdì mú kí wa káàbọ̀ lákọ̀tún.
ẹ ṣe ẹ kú àtótónu. All right, we'd like to read a brief profile of the candidates, and then we'll bring our panelists to the table here. We introduce our panelists, and then we'll set the ball rolling. To also crave your indulgence for a moment, introduce or recognize you, we'll do that in due course. We'd like to welcome very, very proudly and warmly to this gathering the governorship candidate for the All Progressives Congress, Teslim Kolawole Folani.
Thank you. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣe o, ẹ ṣe o, ẹ ṣe.
All right. So, we'd like to please. This is a gathering for exchange of ideas. We'd like to beg for civility, please. We'd like to beg for civility, please. We have rules of engagement for today. We'll read them out in a moment. All right? But while we are waiting to read the rules and engagement, we'd like us to be decorous, please. Thank you very much. We expect that this will be a ground where we'll conform to the rules and engage in a civil manner. I hope my emphasis is noted. All right, thank you very much. Teslim Kolawole Folani was born on October 1st, 1963 in Zaria, Kaduna State. Folani had his secondary education at Methodist Boys High School before heading to the University of Ibadan, where he got a degree in political science. He also possesses a diploma from Harvard University, United States of America. Folani has served in the National Assembly, representing Oyo Central Senatorial District in 2003, 2007, and 2019. He contested for the Oyo State gubernatorial election in 2015 before running for the Oyo Central Senatorial election in 2019. He won and he serves in the Ninth Assembly as the Senate Chairman of Local Content Committee. He is the gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the forthcoming election. Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde was born on 25th December 1967 in Ibadan. Sheyi began his education at St. Paul Primary School and completed his primary education at St. Michael Primary School, Yemetu, Ibadan. His secondary education was at Bishop Phillips Academy, Monoton, Ibadan. In 1985, he gained admission to the University of Lagos, Unilag, where he earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. He's a Nigerian businessman, politician, and philanthropist who had contested for the 2015 Oyo State gubernatorial election on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, the SDP. He contested in 2019 and on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and won the election as governor of Oyo State. He seeks re-election as a candidate of the People's Democratic Party in forthcoming election. Ladies and gentlemen, Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde. All right. Adebayo Adekola was born on the 28th of September 1970 in Ibadan State. Adelabu attended Ibadan Municipal Government Primary School, Agodi, from 1976 to 1982, and Lagelu Grammar School, Ibadan, from 1982 to 1987. Adelabu studied accounting from Obafemi Awolowo, Ibadan. Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, and has also taken up professional courses in various business schools, including Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, Columbia, Kellogg's, Euromoney, and the University of London. He was a former deputy governor operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria. before he resigned to contest the 2019 gubernatorial election as the candidate of the All Progressives Congress. He is the gubernatorial candidate of Accord in the forthcoming election. We welcome him in absentia at the moment. Michael Folorunso Lano hails from Agugu area, Ibadan Northeast and Ladutan in Onara local government with a master's degree in law. Lano has been practicing law since 1988. He has served as the former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. He is the gubernatorial candidate of the Social Democratic Party, the SDP, in these elections. Alhaji Taufik Tayo Akinwale is a graduate of Communication and Language Arts from the University of Ibadan. He is the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate in Oyo State for the 2023 elections. Beg your pardon. Olukayode Popola was born on December 18, 1963. He's a former federal controller, Minister of Works, and gubernatorial candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party.
ẹni tí ó bá sóyìnbó nílé àná ẹ̀ òun náà ni ó túmọ̀ ẹ̀ èyí ni ìtàn ṣókí nípa àwọn olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ fún tọdún 2023 tá a wà yìí. màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ti ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú sẹ́nitọ̀ Testim Kọ́láwọlé Fọlárìn. Abi Testim Kọ́láwọlé Fọlárìn ní ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 1963 ní Zaria nípínlẹ̀ Kaduna. Fọlárìn lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ girama tí í ṣe Methodist Boys High School kó tó lọ sí fásitì Ìbàdàn ibi tó ti gboyè ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì ètò òṣèlú political science. Bákan náà ń ló kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè diploma ní Harvard University ní orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà. Fọlárìn ó ti ṣojú ẹkùn ìdìbò rẹ̀ tí ṣe àárín gbùngbùn Ọ̀yọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́dún 2003, 2007 àti 2019. ó díje dupò gómìnà ní ọdún 2015 kó tó di wípé níṣe ni wọ́n tó díje lọ sílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà ní ọdún 2019 tí wọ́n sì wọlé léyìí tí wọ́n jẹ́ alága ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń rí sí àwọn nǹkan abẹ́lé báyìí ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà Nàìjíríà ìyẹn chairman of the local content committee. Bákan náà ni wọ́n jẹ́ olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́dún 2023 lábẹ́ àsíá APC. wàyí o mo bọ́ sórí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lábẹ́ àsíá PDP tí wọ́n jẹ́ gómìnà tó wà lórí àlééfà báyìí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ìyẹn gómìnà Olúṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé. Àbí Olúṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé ní ọjọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kejìlá ọdún 1967 nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. Ṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ tíṣe alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní St. Paul Primary School níbi tí wọ́n ti parí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ léyìí tí wọ́n ṣàlàyé pé wọ́n parí rẹ̀ ní St. Michael Primary School tó wà ní Yemẹtu nìbàdàn. Wọ́n ti bẹ̀ lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ girama Bishop Philip Academy tó wà ní Mọ́nàtán nìbàdàn. Ní ọdún 1985 ó ní wọ́n wọlé sí fásitì ti ìlú Èkó níbi tí wọ́n ti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde gboyè ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ nínú electrical engineering. Wọ́n jẹ́ oníṣòwò olóṣèlú àtìlẹ́yìnjú àánú. Olúṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé díje dupò gómìnà lọ́dún 2015 lábẹ́ àsíá SDP. Bákan náà ni wọ́n díje dupò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá PDP lọ́dún 2019 tí wọ́n sì jáwé olúborí gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Lásìkò yìí àwọn náà ni wọ́n tún jáde láti ṣe sáà kejì lábẹ́ àsíá PDP. Àwọn sì ní olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP. Wàyí o mo bọ́ sórí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá Accord. Ìyẹn Adébáyọ̀ Adékọ́lá Adélabú. Wọ́n bí Adébáyọ̀ Adékọ́lá Adélabú ní ọjọ́ kejìdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 1970 nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tí ṣolúlú ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. adélábù lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìbàdàn municipal government primary school tó wà ní agodi láàrin 1976 sí 1982. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ girama Lagelu grammar school láàrin 1982 sí 1987. Adélábù kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ nínú ètò òṣírò tá a mọ̀ sí accounting ní fásitì ọbáfẹ́mi awólọ́wọ̀ tó wà ní ilé Ifẹ̀. Bákan náà ló jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí ọ̀kan òjọ̀ka àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ tí mú ní di akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ lórí okòwò láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ bíi Harvard, Stanford, Walton, Columbia, Kelloggs, Iromoni àti ní fásitì London. Bákan náà àwọn ni wọ́n jẹ́ igbákejì gómìnà lẹ́ka àbọ̀wọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yá fún báǹkì àgbàlẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà léyìí tí wọ́n sì kọ̀wé fipò lẹ̀ lọ́dún 2019 láti díje dupò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lábẹ́ àsíá APC. Ní báyìí àwọn ni olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá Accord. Wàyí o ó dorí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú SDP ìyẹn Michael Fọlọ́runṣọ́lànà. Àbí Michael Fọlọ́runṣọ́lànà ní agbègbè Agúgù ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àríwá Ìbàdàn North East Local Government àti Ládùtàn níjọba ìbílẹ̀ ọ̀nà àrà. Wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ kejì nínú òfin Masters Degree in Law. Bákan náà ni Michael lànà wọ́n tẹ̀síwájú láti máa iṣẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ amòfin agbẹjọ́rò láti 1988 títí dé àkókò yìí. Wọ́n ti fìgbà kan jẹ́ amòfin àgbà àti kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìdájọ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Lọ́wọ́ yìí àwọn ni olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá SDP nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́dún yìí 2023. Bákan náà ni olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá ti Labour Alhaji Taofik Tayo Akínwálé. Wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ètò ìkànsíra ẹni àti ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ ìyẹn ní fásitì Ìbàdàn. Àwọn sì ni olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá Labour lọ́wọ́ báyìí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Lákòótán olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ti ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú NNPP àwọn ni onímọ̀-ẹ̀rọ Olúkáyọ̀dé Pópóọlá Joshua POJ. Àbí Olúkáyọ̀dé Pópóọlá ní ọjọ́ kejì-dín-ní-ogún oṣù kejìlá ọdún 1963. Wọ́n ti jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ adarí fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí bí ọwọ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń yá tìjọba àpapọ̀ Nàìjíríà tẹ́lẹ̀ ìyẹn Federal Controller Ministry of Works. Bákan náà ni wọ́n jẹ́ olùdíje fúnpò gómìnà lábẹ́ àsíá New Nigeria People's Party NNPP. Ẹ bá mi pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Olúkáyọ̀dé Pópóọlá àti gbogbo àwọn olùdíje fúnpò gómìnà lè ta ti kan ìtàn wọn ní ṣókí. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
All right, thank you very much. We'd now like to invite the panelists who will take the front seat here, and then we'll get the contest or the debate rather going. I'd like to invite, first of all, from home, those who will be on the panel who will help us to ask the questions and get the responses. I'd like to first of all introduce my brother and friend, very cerebral broadcaster, Akinola. Oluwaseun Akinola, please. Thank you very much. I also like to welcome a very good brother and friend, a colleague in the industry, Ajibola Akinyefa. Ajibola Akinyefa, please. I invite also, always say that Splash FM is a mix of the town and gown. We recognize the very prime premium place of the academia, and we bring them in because of their intellectual sagacity. I'd like to invite to be on the panel a Professor Olayinka Olushola Omigbodun, the Provost, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. Welcome, madam. A round of applause, please. All right, our love for the University of Ibadan is unflinching, you know. We have also gone to the Faculty of Arts to fetch an erudite professor who will chair this event of today. He is a linguist of no mean reputation. I'm talking about Professor Duro Adeleke. He is of the Department of Linguistics and African Languages, University of Ibadan. Prof, welcome, sir. We are of the elders with land, and we have the elders here to coordinate this event. Keep grand. So before we bring them on, I'm very sure that the chair who is chairing the panel, Professor, the rules of engagement for today. I'd like to also acknowledge and also invite you, if you are listening from wherever, to also join our online platforms. Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and we ask you to engage, including on our YouTube channel. I'd like to ask you also to go to Lagelu 96.7 on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, as well as on YouTube, including our websites. You will get a clear picture, smooth, sweet picture of whatever is going on here. The sound I mean. We'll also ask you to join this broadcast on our partner stations, Okeogun FM 93.1. We have Gambari FM 92.1. We have Oluyole FM 98.5 and BCOS TV here in the city of Ibadan. We'd like to introduce the chair of the panel, Professor Duro Adeleke, to please read and also get out into the rules that guide this debate.
Hello. Bí a ṣe ń pe ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Dúró Adeleke tí wọ́n jẹ́ alága ìgbìmọ̀ aṣèbéèrè fún ti ìtàkùrọ̀sọ ẹ̀kẹrin irú ẹ̀ tí ìkànnì Splash àti Lagelu tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀. Àwọn ni wọ́n sọ òfin tó de ìtàkùrọ̀sọ yìí bí ó ṣe lọ láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi pa àtẹ́wọ́ fún bàbá mi dáadáa. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Dúró Adeleke, thank you.
This debate is bilingual.
Inú gbọ̀ngàn àgbáyé ni ibẹ̀ náà la wà tẹ́ tí láǹfààní àti máa gbọ́ wa inú gbọ̀ngàn àgbáyé ni International Conference Center ní ojú ọ̀nà àbáwọlé kejì Yunifásitì ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìtàkùrọ̀sọ fáwọn olùdíje dupò gómìnà nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ òun náà ló ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Iléeṣẹ́ rédíò Splash àti Lagelu FM ló ṣàgbékalẹ̀. Ẹ máa wò wá live lórí Facebook Splash FM 105.5 Ìbàdàn àti lórí Lagelu 96.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Ẹni tí í ṣe alága ìgbìmọ̀ olùbéèrè ìbéèrè àwọn ni wọ́n ka àwọn ìlànà ń tẹ̀lé lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ohun wọn ni ó kù tẹ́mọ̀ gbogbo inú gbọ̀ngàn ti kókó ti mú ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́yìn náà bá sì pé ó yẹ ká ìwà ń bè tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ìdè ẹ̀ tètè yára gbẹ́sẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ pápápá kó tó di pé a tilẹ̀kùn bí gbogbo òkè àti àlẹ́ bá ti kún ẹ̀ tètè má bọ̀ pápápá o bí àwọn ti bàbá àsọ̀nà Abíọ́dún Adéwọlé lórúkọ mi Mr. W èmi ti tẹ́ fi gbọ́ wà òní dé ẹ̀kú kalẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Àwa tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Doro tó lọ́nù kànga ìyẹn ni bàbá wa Adébáyọ̀ tó ní iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti gbé kínní ìkalẹ̀ láti bí ọdún mẹ́rin. Kò ní rẹ̀ yín o, kò ní sú yín ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn lókọ tó wà ń kalẹ̀ gbogbo yín la kí pátápátá. Òfin tó de ìtàkùrọ̀sọ wa yìí á yan fẹ́rẹ́. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tẹ̀lé àwọn olùdíje wa ẹ má fariwo dí wọn lọ́wọ́ etí ò gbéjì. orúkọ ilẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni mo fi bẹ̀yìn o. Ọ̀yọ́ ò ní bàjẹ́ o. nítorí náà bí àwọn olùdíje kọ̀ọ̀kan bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ má dí ẹnikẹ́ni lọ́wọ́, ẹ fún wọn láǹfààní kí wọn ó dáhùn ìbéèrè. gbogbo tí a bá sì ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ní ìwọ̀ntúnwọ̀nsì. ọjọ́ ti lọ ìyẹn báyẹn. yàtọ̀ síyẹn gbogbo olùdíje kọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ẹ̀tọ́ àti dáhùn ìbéèrè ní ìṣẹ́jú méjì méjì. nítorí náà n tó bá jẹ́ kókó ibẹ̀ ní ká fojú ọ̀rọ̀ wa sùn. tí a bá sì ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ níṣe ni wọ́n á fún wa wọ́n kọ́kọ́ sọ fún wa pé ó kù ìṣẹ́jú àáyá. tí ẹni yẹn ò bá dákẹ́ ńgbà tó bá pé ó kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí kíní ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ọwọ́ mi ni láì jáde. Ọlọ́run ní gbóhùn wa o. ẹ̀yin èrò ẹ̀yin ìlú gan rèé, ẹ̀yin ìlú o, ẹ̀yin ìlú o. onílùú ò ní fẹ́ ó tú o, ẹ má jẹ́ àtújá o. ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ ṣókí, ẹ rẹ́rìn mọ níwọ̀nba. gbogbo orin òṣèlú tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ kọ tẹ́ ẹ bá ti jáde ẹ lọ kọ níta gbangba, kì í ṣe nínú gbọ̀ngàn yìí o. mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo yín lẹ ti gbọ́ Yorùbá ń, ṣùgbọ́n díẹ̀ léèbó. àwọn tí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n omi gbọ́dùn wọ́n wà ń bí. Jíbọ́lá Akínyẹfà ó wà ń bí. ṣé òun náà wà á. Rules of engagement. General 1. The debate is a platform to engage the candidates, interrogate their plans for the people of Oyo State. It is expected to be conducted in a civil manner. Civil manner yẹn ni pé ká ṣe bí tọmọlúàbí ní ìtumọ̀ civil manner o. And all candidates at the audience are expected to be decorous. The debate shall be conducted in both English and Yoruba. All candidates are expected to respond in English to questions asked in English and do the same for questions asked in Yoruba language. All candidates will be treated equally in line with our mandate of fairness, justice, and equity. Timing. Candidates are to introduce themselves in 2 minutes. They are expected to answer all questions in 2 minutes. 3, if there is any need for a rebuttal from any candidate, this must be done in 1 minute unless otherwise permitted by the chairman of the day, and that is me, Duru Adeleke. The timekeeper will sound a warning at 1 minute, 30 seconds, as one speaker should wrap up their thoughts. Ground rules specifically for the audience. The audience is constituted a diverse mix of all critical stakeholders. The candidates, their party leaders and supporters, security agencies, election umpires and monitoring groups, civil society, professional bodies, and the general public. The audience is therefore advised to be civil and decorous for the duration of the program. Party slogans and praise songs are not allowed. Anyone who preaches this will be sent out of the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, our honorable candidates, you are all welcome. And
all right, thank you very much, sir. All right, a round of applause for the chairman of the day. So very presently, we also like to introduce other members of the panel. Our timekeeper is Temitope Brahima and Adebola, and assisted by Adegoke Oluwagbemiga.
Goke, Kajo Goke.
All right, we'd like to invite the candidates to be on the podium at the moment, and then the debate starts in earnest. But this debate is in 2 parts. We have a part 1 and a part 2. What is in part 2? We will unravel in a moment. All right, I'd like to invite, and in this case, alphabetical order. I'd like to be understood. We're inviting the candidates in what? Alphabetical order. For the All Progressives Congress, APC, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folani. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you be civil, please? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bákan náà, ó là ń pe Alhaji Taofik Akinwale, olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Labour.
Shall we invite also the candidate for the New Nigeria People's Party, Olukayode Popoola Joshua?
Ẹ fún ọ ní àtẹ́wọ́. Wàyí o, bí a ṣe ń pe olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà tẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú New Nigeria People's Party, Olukayode Popoola Joshua. Mo ń pe olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà fún tọdún yìí sí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ẹgbẹ́ alábùradà, gómìnà Ṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé.
Thank you very much. We'd also like to invite,
Ẹ ṣeun.
while he takes his place at the podium, we'd like to announce the invitation of the candidate for the Social Democratic Party, Mr. Michael Lano.
Lano. Amòfin Michael Lano. Ẹ bá wa fún ọ ní àtẹ́wọ́.
All right. We'd like to announce that the candidate for the accord, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, was invited, just like all other candidates were invited. And we got a letter yesterday that he was declining this invitation because he has a political engagement in town. So we'd like to place it on record that the candidate for the accord, Adebayo Adelabu, was invited for this occasion.
ohun tí à ń gbìyànjú láti sọ ni pé àwọn olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà mẹ́fà lápè akọ̀wé sí wọn nínú àwọn mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà tẹ́ ẹ bá worí pèpele yìí ẹ rí i pé àwọn márùn ti wà ń bẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nírọ̀lẹ́ àná málẹ́ òní wọ́n kọ̀wé sí wa páwọn ò ní lè wá ìyẹn olùdíje fúnpò gómìnà lábẹ́ àṣẹ accord wípé àwọn ní ìpolongo òbò nígboro ẹ ṣeun.
All right, we'd like to hand over the microphone to the panelists.
Good morning, sirs. We welcome all the candidates. Then, this particular question is a general one. And we are starting with the Labour Party in that order. It's general for everybody. Please. Okay. Yeah. Please introduce yourself in 2 minutes and also add your antecedents. Thank you very much.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I am very happy to be invited. I appreciate the organizers. My name is Taufik Tayo Akinwale. I hail from Ibadan. My mother and my father, they are Ibadan. I attended Loyola College, Ibadan. I equally attended St. Andrew's College of Education, where I read English and Political Science. I am a product of Department of Communication and Language Art from University of Ibadan, first and second degree. I was elected as the vice chairman of Egbeda local government 17 years ago. I equally served with Secretary to the Government of Federation, Hayim Pius Ayi. I served with the immediate past governor as one of his aides. Currently, I just resigned as senior public servant under presidency. I am today, to the glory of God, the next governor of Oyo State under the banner of Labour Party, the party of the moment, the party that is ready to rescue Nigeria from the present mess situation as well as Oyo State. Thank you.
Mic off. Senator, sir.
Thank you. Let me quickly reintroduce myself. My name is Eslim Kolawole Folane. In short, you read it out. I attended the prestigious Methodist Boys High School, Lagos. I say prestigious because it is the second oldest secondary school in Nigeria. Attended University of Ibadan. Attended Harvard School of Business, where I did a diploma course in leadership. I became a senator in 2003 at the age of 39. In 2007, I became the Senate leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That same year, I was also the Amiru Hajj of the federal government. Lost out in the power game in 2011. Back contested for governor in 2015, Mudelule. Back in the Senate 2019. I pride myself as a very proud Ibadan man. All my parents are from Ibadan. I am also very fortunate that ní ìdílé bàbá àti ìdílé ìyá àti ti Olúbàdàn bẹ́ẹ̀ Adébímpé ló ti ń jó àti Alẹ́ṣinlọ́yẹ́ nísàlẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú. I am also by the grace of God the Aṣáájú Olúbàdàn of Ibadan land. Thank you very much.
Magaji Olúkáyọ̀dé Pópọ́lá.
My name is Popoola Olukayode Joshua, POJ. I was born on the 18th of December 1963 to the family of late Joseph Adegoke Popoola of Okiofa, Babasale, Ibadan. I attended Methodist Primary School, Iware, and from there I went to Methodist Modern School, also at Iware, in Afijo local government, before I proceeded to the famous Oraya Grammar School, Oyo. I finished in 1982 and I went straight to University of Lagos. I graduated from University of Lagos in 1987. I read BSc Civil Engineering from there, and after that I served with Ministry of Works, Otukpo in Benue State, before I joined Federal Ministry of Works from 1988 till May last year. That was 2022. In the course of being a federal civil servant, I was given an appointment as an executive director in FEMA by late Alhaji Musa Yaradua as an executive director, planning and engineering service. I retired as director, Federal Highway in 2022. Thank you. I'm Magaji of the family. Thank you.
Governor Olúṣèyí Mákindé, sir. You are taking his time.
My name is Olúṣèyí Mákindé. I am the current governor of Oyo State. All my details are in my citation. In terms of my antecedents, I'm running on the basis of the records of achievement of this administration over the past 3+ years. In terms of this debate, I'm actually the oldest and the most experienced. Let me explain. This is the fourth debate, 16 years. 2011, I didn't participate. 2015, I participated. 2019, I participated. 2023, I'm also participating. So, out of 4, I've participated in 3. So I'm the most experienced. 75% of the time I was here for this debate. And by God's grace, this will be the last. Because constitutionally, I won't be able to participate in the next debate. Let me use this opportunity to thank the people of Oyo State for giving me the opportunity to serve them this past 3+ years. It is not me, it is the team seated out there. I give them the credit for everything that we've achieved. And let me also use this opportunity to thank my leaders and elders that have stayed with me throughout this campaign. You're not doing it for me, you're doing it for our dear states. I want to say thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
For the masses. Thank you.
Thank you all. Prof, please fire your sound. Oh, sorry. Shame.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I greet all the candidates. The question allocated to me is focusing on the local government and how far it is in the federation. I'll start from the Labour Party candidate to tell us and tell the entire people of Oyo State about his perspective on the autonomy for local government councils as well as the state legislature. Because a school of thought says this is imperative for democratic consolidation. I'd like to know, what is your position on the autonomy of local government and how, if the people of Oyo State decided to give you this mandate, you will ensure the local government functions better than it is right now. So, Mr. Taufik Tayo Akiwale of Labour Party, it's your time and it starts now.
As a product of local government administration, I think I am going to set the record straight. By the grace of God, I am going to support 100 the autonomy of local government. because it is the only local government, it is the only government that is closest to the people. As a matter of fact, there is no state anywhere. The place where we have governor's office, the place where we have government house, which is situated, is a place that belongs to a particular local government. As former local government administrator, it is the place where I will concentrate my administration very well. From that angle, so I will ensure that motor parks, which is the function of the local government, will be given to them. You understand what I mean? I also will ensure that to set the environmental sanitation very well, the public toilets will be given back to the local government because those are their functions, and the markets as well. I want to ensure that I want to appeal to the people of Oyo State that in the past we had two governors who had been in local government administration, and if you go to the record, they were the best governor we ever produced. Anyone who does not pass through local government administration, please do not shadow him the responsibility of being the governor of Oyo State. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, the candidate of Labour Party. If I may ask in one word, the candidate, please, I'm talking to you. Labour Party candidate, I'm talking to you now. And I want you to answer just in one word, yes or no. Will you give assent to the bill on local government autonomy, yes or no? Thank you. And my question is now going to the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folarin.
Thank you very much. If you go through the records, you would see that I am a staunch believer in the local government autonomy. The reason is very simple, because for you to drive development, you must drive it from the local government, not from the top. It also makes local government more accountable. Today, in Oyo State, the local government are non-existent. No one is accounting for anything. Now, let me read these figures to you. In 2019, 30 billion for local government. In 2022, 65 billion. In 2021, 80 billion. In 2022, 79 billion. That is in excess of 0.6 trillion naira, and no one is accounting for it. That is why we're in this mess that we have. So the question is, would I support it? Yes, I would support it. Now, you talk about the legislature too.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. In 2008, I was a Senate leader, and we were agitating for the autonomy of the state legislature. And you know what? When it was passed, we did our own bit. When it got to the state legislature themselves killed it. Why? Because the governors do not want it. So I am in support, and I can assure you that pending, because it's a constitutional matter also, and pending the passage of that bill, and we're hoping that with the new president, we're hoping that with Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the saddle, it would provide the political, it would give the political will for the impetus for us to pass that bill. But
Thank you very much. Apologies for the sound interruption, or the work on that. Please, audience, reduce the noise so we can hear the candidate and does not interrupt their time. Thank you very much for being a great audience. And Senator Folari, my last question as I asked the Labour Party, if you have the green pen in your hand, will you assent to the bill for local government and for the legislature? Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you. And I move on to the next question. It's a question to Mogaji, who is representing the NNPP, Popuala Olukayode Joshua. Your time starts now.
Thank you very much. If you check the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria that we are still using now, that's 1999 Constitution, check section 162. The local government is well spelled out there. There are 3 tiers of government: the federal, the state, and then the local government. Without local government autonomy, dividend of democracy will not reach the grassroots. And this is where we have a lot of our people. So NNPP in its manifesto has already put it there that there will be local government autonomy as from May 29, 2023, by the grace of God, when I become the governor of Oyo State. So it's not negotiable at all. It's a way of wasting the staff knowledge, and it's a way of wasting resources. And that's why we see so many jobless people on the street, because local government in Oyo State, they are not doing anything as we are talking. In the past, local government in Oyo State has performed well. The Molete Bridge was constructed by local government of Southwest. I don't see reason why the local government will not be working as we are talking now. So that is why we in NNPP, we feel people are not getting the dividend of democracy. So no roads to the rural areas, hospital. Thank you very much. Local government autonomy is a circumstance under NNPP government. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So tell me, if you have the green pen in your hand right now and you are to assent to the bill, will you sign it?
I will sign it, is yes.
Yes, thank you so much. And moving on to the next candidate for the PDP, who is also the governor of Oyo State. Your Excellency, Governor Seyi Makinde, the question to you now.
Well, I have the red pen in my hand. And under the current situation, I refuse to sign for local government autonomy. The problem we have is we have a convoluted federation. Anywhere in the world, you don't have 3 people federating. You have 2. You have the state and the federal. They put in Nigeria's constitution 778 local governments. You cannot create another local government within your own state. So I will, first of all, go for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be amended such that we have a proper federation. Within a proper federation, you can now deal with the local government issues. You are talking right now, the autonomy they're asking for is the autonomy to spend money. Where is this money coming from? The money is coming from the federation account. What happens the day that money from the federation account dries up? We're not talking about autonomy in terms of capacity to generate fund. We're not talking about local government in terms of capacity to execute projects. So this is experience. When they say, my brother Teslim Folari said, is 1 trillion naira that has come into the account of the local government in Oyo State, the answer is no. On a monthly basis, the local government in Oyo State, they get about 8 billion naira from the federation account, and the salary is about 6 billion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, the other question is no longer needed for Your Excellency because you said you will not sign it.
I'm actually one of the governors that stood against the local government autonomy bill as passed because it is not in the interest of Oyo State.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And I move on to the next candidate for Social Democratic Party, a learned friend, Michael Folorunsho Lano. Welcome.
Thank you very much. The problem with those that are not supporting local government of autonomy is because they don't read wide. A federalism is not a concept that is peculiar to any nation. The federalism of Germany is different from the federalism of Nigeria. It's different from that. Look, we have a federal system in America. It is different from that of Germany. In fact, presidential system is different from country to country. So you have to look at the peculiarity of your nation. If you read the report of the Constitutional Advisory Committee of 1977, which actually established the reasons why we should have local governments, then you will realize that it is an institution that is supposed to cater for the grassroots. And the moment you leave the grassroots, you have left the majority of the people in that state. Now, sorry. Now, look at this way. Look at it this way. My noble governor is saying they are talking about generation. No, this is it. There are 3 tiers of government in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have Local Government Service Commission, don't we? That means that it is, and we have State Civil Service Commission. That shows that there are different categories of governance. And in terms of revenue generation, it's because the state governments, in their greed, are stealing the functions of the local government. That is why they don't want this local government autonomy. They will not want it. The local government is supposed to generate revenue from abattoirs, from road maintenance, from so many things. The state has its own, the state has the fields where they generate their funds. The local government too have the field where they generate. But when the state decides to be constructing motor paths, where the local government is supposed to be generating its funds, then you are strangling the general public.
Thank you, Mr. Lano. But Mr. Lano, before we move on, I want us to be temperate with our choice of words.
You said?
I want you to be temperate with your choice of words so you don't accuse people without facts.
I was general.
Please.
Because it's not only in your state that they are depriving the grassroots people of their rights.
Thank you. Now, if you have the pen with you to sign autonomy of local...
I will, immediately.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheung. A fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá báyìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ̀yin ìlú ni mò ń bá wí o. Akin Yẹ̀fà Jíbọ́lá bá wa béèrè ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùdíje wa lédè abínibí torí àwọn tó ń sọ Yorùbá ló pọ̀ ju eléèbó lọ ká fi mọ̀ pé wọ́n bá àwọn ìlú sọ̀rọ̀ lóòótọ́ ọ̀ya.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí aké gbogbo olùdíje fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ní pípé ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà láti igun ti SDP torí pé Labour Party láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kí àwọn náà lè múra lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó dọ́dọ̀ wọn ká má fàárí apá kan dá apá kan sí. Ìbéèrè mi yóò lọ sí orí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà yìí torí pé ìṣòro ètò ààbò ó jẹ́ nǹkan gbòógì tá à ń dojúkọ lórílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà tó dẹ̀ mú kí igbe kó pa àwọn èèyàn àwọn tó wà lókèèrè ò lè wálé àwọn tó wálé ṣe ni wọ́n fi fóònù mọ́nítọ̀ wọn kiri kí wọ́n má bàa jí wọn gbé. Ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ máa gbé tí Ọlọ́run bá kọ pé ẹ̀yin ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ nínú ìbò tá a fẹ́ dì í lórí ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀? A bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ yín SDP Barrister Lana.
Ẹ ṣeun tí ẹ bá rántí pé ní First Republic apilẹ̀ láwọn tá à ń pè ní akọ́dà ṣe rí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yóò ní ṣe pẹ̀lú wípé kì í ṣe gbogbo ògbà lèyìn ó lè lọ fi ẹjọ́ sùn lèyìn ó lọ máa fi ẹjọ́ sùn ní Àbújá wípé ọlọ́pàá kan ṣe ó ń gbé sùmọ̀mí. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí tí a bá ní ká mú àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó jẹ́ pé ó wà unitary bí irú Gambia tèmi ti ṣiṣẹ́, ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ọlọ́pàá tí yóò gbọ́ èdè èmi àti ẹ̀yin tí kì í ṣe ẹni tí a máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí kò yóò sọ pé òun ò tiẹ̀ gbọ́ nǹkan kan. Ìdí tí a tún fi gbọ́dọ̀ ní ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ ni wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ni àwọn ọlọ́pàá tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí torí pé wọn kì í ṣara bí wọn kì í kíyèsí ara láti lè sọ pé bóyá àwọn ò jẹ́ kí ètò ààbò kó múlẹ̀ kó fìdí múlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ pé ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ bí ọmọ aremo ṣe wá sọ pé òun ó gba bribe lọ́wọ́ ọmọ agúgù yóò ṣojú èmi àti ẹ̀ kò ní ṣeé ṣe. Gbogbo irú ìwà ìbàjẹ́ tó wà ní ti ọlọ́pàá sìn kò ní sí tá a bá ní ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀. Tèmi bá dé ìjọba irú Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tá a ti dá sílẹ̀ yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó torí pé wọ́n dá Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sílẹ̀ torí àwọn ajínigbé nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n a rí wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí inú igbó ni wọ́n wà. Nítorí náà èmi ò fi àwọn Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà kún ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀. Màá mú àwọn bàbá àwọn olóọdẹ tí wọ́n wà nínú igbó tí wọ́n sì mọ gbogbo inú igbó yẹn tọ̀ láti lè wà nínú àwọn tó ń ṣe ètò ààbò. Tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn yìí láti dá civil defence sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí private organisation torí irú nǹkan ìwà ìbàjẹ́ báyìí ni àwọn ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà dẹ̀ rí pé nǹkan tó dáa ni náà fi sọ di national.
kí n tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ yín ẹ ní Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn kù díẹ̀ káàtó kí ni àbàwọ́n tó wà ń bẹ̀.
ẹ ṣeun ṣe rí.
níṣẹ́jú kan.
ṣe rí ẹ lè mú alákọ̀wé kó jókòó kí alákọ̀wé kó lè wọ inú igbó Ìgbòho inú igbó Ṣẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀rí kó lè lọ mú àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí wọn ò mọ̀nà wọn ò mọ̀ nǹkan kan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló sì ti wà tó jẹ́ pé inú ìlú ni wọ́n ti ń gbé wọn ò mọ̀ nípa inú igbó. Ọlọ́pàá tó bá mọ inú igbó la nílò ẹni tí ó lè mọ inú igbó tí ó lè tọpinpin àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe wàhálà yìí àwọn la nílò.
ẹ ṣe so ẹ ń sọ fún wa pé alákọ̀wé pọ̀ nù wọn àbí.
àwọn náà pọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀.
ok ìbéèrè mi ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ excellency wa gómìnà wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lórí ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ mọ̀ pé ìjọba yìí ló dá Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sílẹ̀ kí ìjọba yìí tó dé kò sí n tó ń jẹ́ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn torí pé state police la fẹ́ ìgbà tá a lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tó wà Abuja again convoluted federation tá a ní òun náà ni ó dá yẹn sílẹ̀ ìgbà tá a lọ síbẹ̀ a fẹ́ state police wọn ò fún wa ní state police wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n jí àwọn èèyàn wa a midway ó ní Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ìjọ tí wọ́n bá sọ pé kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ state police Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn they are ready to be converted to state police. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn personnel Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Some of them have paid the supreme price. àìmọye wọn ni wọ́n ti pa lórí pé kí àwa kí a lè live. So tí ẹnìkan bá dúró síbí tó ń sọ pé alákọ̀wé ni wọ́n mo feel pé ẹni yẹn kò ní feelings sacrifices tí àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tí wọ́n ti ṣe fún wa. lọ́sàn-án lóru anywhere àtẹ́bá lọ rí àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. ìgbà tá a kọ́kọ́ dá wọn sílẹ̀ ìjà máa wà láàrin àwọn àti ọlọ́pàá the federal police but now a ti ṣiṣẹ́ tó fi jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn àti police o civil defence o àti àwọn sójà ni o wọ́n ṣe joint operations tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìlú wa kó wà safer. I will do it over and over again. Ní gbogbo southwest tẹ́ bá kó gbogbo àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó wà ń bẹ̀ together Ọ̀yọ́ state ló ní àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó jù.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ ìbéèrè mi lọ sọ́dọ̀ NNPP candidate.
ẹ ṣe tí ngbà tí èmi bá di gómìnà kò sí nǹkan tó burú pẹ̀lú àwọn agbófinró tá a ní nísìn ọlọ́pàá mélòó ni ó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ohun tó yẹ kàn ṣe sí ni pé kí wọ́n gba àwọn ọlọ́pàá sí kí wọ́n gba sọ́jà sí tí wọ́n bá ti gbà wọ́n sí wọ́n ó pín wọn káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n ó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ wọn lọ tá a bá ní pé a dá state police lẹ̀ nǹkan kan náà òun náà ni ó tún padà já sí tó bá ti di ọjọ́ iwájú tẹ́ bá rántí àwọn ọlọ́pàá yìí wọ́n wá látoríṣiríṣi ìlú àwọn ní àpẹẹrẹ ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ Nàìjíríà tá a mọ̀ sí ara symbol of unity pẹ̀lú wípé a fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó túká ọlọ́pàá wa kò jẹ́ kí state kọ̀ọ̀kan kó ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n máa ṣe ìpàdé lóòrèkóòrè pẹ̀lú àwọn sọ́jà pẹ̀lú àwọn civil defence àti gbogbo àwọn tó bá jẹ́ wípé wọ́n tó jẹ́ agbófinró mi torí pé ẹni tó jẹ́ olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ní inú ẹgbẹ́ wa ńgbà tó ṣe gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kano ó ṣe ó sì ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ rí i pé tí wọ́n bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ tí àlàáfíà tó jọba jù Kano jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára wọn ara iṣẹ́ tó ṣe sílẹ̀ ọlọ́fà tó fi jẹ́ wípé orí bẹ́ẹ̀ NNPP àwa ò faramọ́ Kani State Police.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ APC candidate Senator Teslim.
ẹ ṣe gan kí n tó dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn mo fẹ́ correct Mr. Governor lórí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn is a southwest initiative kò ń ṣe pé Ọ̀yọ́ state ni ó dálẹ̀. Now kí ni question tẹ́ ń béèrè ní ọ̀rọ̀ state police.
ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀.
ọlọ́pàá òní èmi wà in support I am in support. ṣe rí problem ta ní constitution tí à ń run and tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ constitutional matter ni kò ń jẹ́ nǹkan tá a kọ̀ jókòó síbi tá a máa sọ pé àdàlẹ́ ilẹ̀ kò ṣe é dálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n bọ́ lọ ṣẹ́wọ́ láti Abuja ni because tí ẹ bá wo gbogbo ìlú bíi Amẹ́ríkà tá à ń copy àwọn ní federal police wọ́n ní state police wọ́n ní county police ìbílẹ̀ ti mú ẹ lọ mú DPO kan wá láti Akwa Ibom ọlọ́pàá láti Akwa Ibom kó wá ṣe DPO ní challenge tí ò mọ agboolé wa ìdí tí a fi ní gbogbo wàhálà yẹn nìyẹn so kò it's a constitutional matter èmi dẹ̀ máa support ẹ̀ tí ó bá dé àsìkò yẹn pé ṣé ká ní state police or not.
ó túmọ̀ sí pé ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn l'Ábùjá lórí ẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
tá a bá ti ń béèrè lédè Yorùbá ẹ máa bá wa fi gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe Yorùbá ẹ ṣe púpọ̀.
ẹ ṣe gan mo ti gbọ́.
Labour Party over to you.
ẹ ṣeun ní Labour Party ẹgbẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n dá sílẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ nípa ètò ìjọba dáadáa ni wọ́n tí wọ́n bá ti dìbò fún àwọn ọmọlẹ́gbìmọ̀ asòfin tí a ṣe níjọ́ Saturday tí ẹgbẹ́ wa Labour tó bá ti wọlé a sọ fún àwọn ọmọlẹ́gbìmọ̀ asòfin kí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wọn láti fi ọwọ́ sí state police láti fọwọ́ sí state police òun ló dára jù nítorí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ máa sọ tí ò tí ì sínú òfin ó jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tá a kọ́ yanjú pẹ̀lú òfin ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi ní nìkan fọwọ́ sí tó bá ti wá délẹ̀ mo wá fẹ́ kó wà lábẹ́ òfin kó má sí ní ìkápá ní gómìnà láti yan olórí fún state police
torí tẹ́ ẹ bá yọ̀ǹda state police fáwọn kan ẹ mà wọ́n tí wọ́n yàn lé lórí wọn o. So nítorí ìdí eléyìí ẹgbẹ́ ti wá ẹgbẹ́ olórí pípé ni ẹgbẹ́ wa ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ni ẹgbẹ́ ìyá fẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé tá a bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò ó jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó tóbi nínú òfin wa kódà nínú ìṣèjọba òun ló láàmìlaka jù èyí tó sì kejì ẹ̀ ní ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn èèyàn lù so nítorí ìdí eléyìí ètò ààbò jọ wá ó jẹ wá lógún gan.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ àsìkò yín ti tó.
ẹ jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run a gbà pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin olùdíje tẹ́ wà níbẹ̀ yẹn ni ó ní orí pípé ẹ já máa sọ̀rọ̀ sáwọ́. ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a lò ẹ má bínú o labour. Prof, you have the floor now, Professor Omigbodo.
Thank you very much, and I must commend all our very distinguished gubernatorial candidates on this task so far. I will be looking at the area of education, and there are different levels of education, and I think we need to tackle the three of them. So I will start with the primary level of education. Primary education is the foundation of any society that wants to thrive. And it is so important. And if we want our society to thrive, we really need to look at this critically and draw out plans. So I would like each of our distinguished candidates to tell us your plan for primary education. First of all, two parts. Why is primary education so important? And secondly, if elected, how do you want to tackle primary education in Oyo State? What are your plans for primary education? And I will now go and move a step, and I will start off with Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency Oluseyi Makinde, please, and then we'll go in that order, come round. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question, but before I answer it, I need to make a short comment on Amotekun. Amotekun, according to my brother, is a Southwest initiative. There was Southwest in 1999 up until 2019. There's no Amotekun. Amotekun started in 2019 when I became the governor of this state. Now on primary education. Primary education, when we came in, we met a very huge deficit, both infrastructure and human capital. The teachers were not enough, and also the facilities were not also good enough. So what do we have to do? First, we decided to at least the teachers that we have, motivate them. Instead of them carrying chin-chin to school to sell, we decided that, look, on the 25th of every month, they must have their salaries. Two, we decided that the teachers, when we came in, they were a whole backlog of leave bonuses and allowances. So we paid for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and I signed yesterday to pay them the leave bonus for 2022, which will be paid this Friday. So for us, a key way to move forward is first motivate these people. Yes, we had deficit also at the secondary level. We employed 5,000 teachers, about 700 education officers. Now we will go to primary level under Obitutu 2.0. But we have been able to break
Thank you.
New Nigeria People's Party, please.
Thank you very much.
New Nigeria People's
There
Party.
is no gainsaying about it. Primary education is the foundation, and it's a right, not a privilege for anybody, and that is the world standard. So when NMPP comes to power, primary education will still be free, even up to secondary school. No child will bring table or chair to school during my home time. Textbook, notebook will be supplied adequately at the right time. We will not have any pupil to bring anything to the school. Likewise, the grant of the teachers, we will give them that grant because it's not part of their salary, but it's the running cost for the school. So that's where they will buy chalk, that's where they will pay the megad. If it's not paid on time, there is no way they will be able to run the school. In addition to that, anyone that is writing final exam in secondary school, we will make sure government pays for its external exam, like WAHEC, NECO, and NAPTEP. Nobody will be denied that opportunity. So it's part of our manifesto, and we are going to holistically uphold it when I become the governor of Oyo State. Salary is the right of everybody that is working for the state. So that one, we will not use it as our home campaign slogan, but what we need to do, we are going to renovate schools, most of the schools, when you go there, you see blown off roof. We will make sure we restore them back, and we build more schools so that we will be able to accommodate our children in school. This will make them to be more effective, and they will learn under a conducive accommodation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now from APC Senator Teslim Folari, please.
Thank you very much for that question. Primary education, without a doubt, for me is the most important.
Chairman. Stop. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Please, let's be seated. Let's be seated, please. Thank you. Sorry, let's be seated, please. Let us be seated, please. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká jókòó. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Nítorí pé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò wọ́n ń bẹ láàrin wa. A dẹ̀ ní fẹ́ kí wọ́n embarrass ẹnikẹ́ni. A ní fẹ́ kí wọ́n embarrass ẹnikẹ́ni níbi. A bẹ̀ yín lórúkọ Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ìpínlẹ̀ wa ni. Kó lè dáa ọ̀nà tí a
tó ní gbogbo tí a ti ń láǹfààní àti máa gbé wa iléeṣẹ́ rédíò Splash àti Lagelu FM ní ń gbọ́ ìtakùrọ̀sọ ọ̀tá gbangba tá a ṣàgbékalẹ̀ fáwọn olùdíje dupò gómìnà ìrìn ìrànlọ́wọ́ ìpín nínú ètò tó bá ti fọwọ́ sọ́wọ́ kankan báyìí nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn ní ìmọ̀ wọlé ilé ìwòsàn láì fọwọ́ gbọ́ ìlú àwọn nǹkan báyìí ṣùgbọ́n láìpẹ́ láìjẹun àwọn elétò ààbò tí wọ́n wà lójú iṣẹ́ láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọn bí iṣẹ́ láti rí dájú pé gbogbo olótòlétò àti lẹ́sẹẹsẹ kò ní sí fún agbára náà gbogbo ẹ̀ ti ń lọ bí àti ṣe kọ̀ rẹ̀ ìtàkùrọ̀sọ fún àwọn olùdíje gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní ìtìlẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rédíò splash àti Lagelu FM tí a ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ní èyí ẹ̀yìn tí ẹ̀sìn ìlú onílẹ̀ láǹfààní láti mú ìgbéra àti àwọn iléeṣẹ́ rédíò tí àwọn náà dàpọ̀ mọ́ra nínú ètò àgbàlẹ́nu yìí nítorí àwọn ọba ńlá fún ètò mẹ́ta àwọn ọkùnrin ìsìnkú ń tẹ̀ wájú ní àwọn á sì fi gba débi tí ètò báyìí ní agbára wọn kò sí ìlú kò sí ìlú ní ìlú kò sí ìlú ní ìlú agbára wọn lọ́dún láti ní ọdún gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ lápapọ̀ ní ìlú fún ìyàgbọ́n ìpàtàkì ọmọdé ìfẹ́ láti gbọdọ̀ sí ètò tó ní ìyá ètò ìbílẹ̀ nígbà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀sìn àdúgbò ìlú ìbátí citizen ní Ọ̀yọ́ state ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ akíndéyìnbó lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kejì tá a tún lè wò pé àwọn méjèèjì ní ìwọ́n lé méjọ tàbí leading political party ní Nàìjíríà àti nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹgbẹ́ APC fún tẹ̀tẹ̀ sí ìpàdé ìfúnnáà àwọn ìwà àdúgbò nínú àwọn mẹ́fà tá a pè ní márùn-ún lẹ́yìn ìṣòkè ìdí èyí ẹgbẹ́ ní kó gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń bọ́ so ìtàlásì tí yóò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ṣe é ṣe káfíńdà wọn kan tí wọ́n fọwọ́ fagbẹ́ni sí omi òkè so wọ́n ti wáyé lágbára wọn láti pètè sọ kálukú lọ́tọ̀ tí gbogbo ẹ̀ sì kún un ní ìdìbò ìfún àwọn olúkúlùkù àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú àwọn náà ti ń pàrọ̀ fún òun pé ẹ̀sìn orí ìrẹsì kan lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n ń pàrọ̀ fún òun òṣèlú APC kí wọ́n ṣe ìtorí pé láti àpá àmì tí owó ti wá àti owó ní ilé àwọn ò fẹ́ dáhùn padà ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n rò pé kí wọ́n bá kàtó owó síbẹ̀ ṣètò ìdí èyí gbogbo tí ń kú ní ibi ìdìbò fún wa bóyá ẹgbẹ́ wọn bá wọn kálù ìtàkùrọ̀sọ fáwọn òbí ìdìbò gómìnà nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí lè ṣe rédíò splash àti Lagelu FM tá a ṣàgbékalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìrànlọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ nínú ìgbàgbé àgbáyé International Conference Center University of Ibadan agbẹ́bọ̀ ọdún olóòwò kan Mr. Guber ojú ìlú ti yẹ.
àwọn tó bá ń ba mọ́tò onímọ́tò jẹ́ ẹ mú wọn. ẹ jókòó gbogbo àwọn olùdíje tó wà lókè yìí wọ́n ti dì mọ́ra wọn nígbà tí wọ́n gorí ìpèpele kí ló dé kí ni tá n bá ká what's our problem?
ẹ jọ sá mo ní ìbéèrè kan sá.
Security, please send your men outside.
No, mo fẹ́ béèrè. Excuse me, sir.
If you see
I have a question before we proceed.
If you see anybody destroying anything outside, this is University of Ibadan. Please do the needful. Ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin olùdíje wa ẹ bá wa fi ewé ọmọ mọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín létí. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìlú kì í wà kó mọ̀ ní olórí. àwọn olórí ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan wà ń jókòó ẹ sì jókòó ẹ sì ń wo táwọn ọmọ yín ṣe tí wọ́n ń ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran. ọ̀tọ̀ ni a ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran gbó ọ̀tọ̀ ni a ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran dàgbà. èwo wá lábùrọ̀ ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran tọ́. ẹ kìlọ̀ fún ara yín o ẹ pé àró àti ọ̀dọ̀fínú yín. ẹ má jẹ́ àjọkọ̀ burúkú tí wọ́n ń pè àníjọ́ gbani. gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ntí àwọn olùdíje wọ́n ó ṣe ni wọ́n ń sọ tí sì ń wò wá ní akínyẹmí ara. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run o bàbá tọ́lọ̀ ń dá dáadáa tó fẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé kó mọ tí àwọn gómìnà tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà tí wọ́n ó ṣe ẹ sì fẹ́ bà ìpàdé gbàgede jẹ́. Yorùbá sì mọ sọ pé túlétúlé ẹ mọ̀ tú gbàgede. ẹ ṣàánú bàbá kí lẹ fẹ́ wí bá mi.
Yes sir, nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé àwa ẹgbẹ́ NNPP ìwé ìpeni wá síbi tí wọ́n kó fún wa 20 péré ni ó yà wá lẹ́nu bó ṣe jẹ́ wípé a rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n wọ bí kí ló fà sá torí ló fa wàhálà ariwo eléyìí tọ́bi ipa mọ̀ wípé yọ wà ráúdì báyìí ni àwọn NNPP àbàtì wa torí we are peace loving people àwọn òǹjà.
ẹ jọ ẹ mú mọ kẹ ẹ dáhùn rẹ papọ̀ sà ní àná tí mo wá sí ètò ní iléeṣẹ́ Flash lánàá wọ́n kó ìwé fún mi pé kí n fáwọn tí ó tẹ̀lé mi ó jẹ́ 30. ó yà mí lẹ́nu nígbà tí mo débi mo ti fẹ́ sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kí ó má di pé yóò dà kínní mi àwọn APC mo kọ́ bá wá síbi tí wọ́n pọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ àṣọ tọrọ in ló fà táwọn PDP náà fi ń pera wọn wọ́n ṣe ń wọlé báyìí ni tó bá ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ̀nba ní àwọn òkúlẹ̀ ìwọ̀nba ní àwa ń ṣe ìwọ̀nba ní àwa ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò mọ́ ẹjọ́ àwa grassroots politician lèmi èmi ò ní time láti máa wá sí àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní bíbá irú professor irú bàbá wa kéèyàn.
ó ti tó wọ́n fún ní 30.
a lè máa lọ gan.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, we put this down on the basis of fairness and objectivity. We gave 25 in all the candidates, all for their guests. Now, this event is not exclusive. It is open. It is not strictly by invitation, and people are allowed to come in. Please, my appeal, my very passionate appeal, we are all eminent people. Let us appeal to our people. The chairman of the panel has read out the rules of engagement. Please, let us respect it. My understanding is that some people just came in newly, possibly not being aware of the standing rules. And I will please urge the chairman to do the honor of going over it again so that they understand that nobody should be judged, nobody should be put. Please, let us calm all frayed nerves so that we can do this and everybody will go peacefully. Thank you, sir.
ká mọ̀ ṣe àwítúwé asán àwọn èèyàn wa ti gbọ́ ní tí mo sọ mo sì mọ̀ pé kò sí ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kan tí yóò fẹ́ ba orúkọ olùdíje rẹ̀ jẹ́ torí ọmọlúàbí ní ìran Yorùbá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé wọn ọmọlúàbí yín ò ní bàjẹ́ o kò ní bàjẹ́ o ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ state kò ní tọwọ́ mi bàjẹ́ o. Please, I'm appealing to our candidates to call any of their leaders to caution party members. Please. Thank you. Prof. Àwọn kan tún gbé ìròyìn ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ wá bá mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan èmi náà sì rán ọlọ́pàá àtà àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wá ròyìn fún mi o wọ́n ní wọn ò bá mọ́tò jẹ́ ń ta o wọ́n ní wọn ò bá mọ́tò jẹ́ ń ta o ẹ mọ́ gbé ìròyìn tí ó dàlúrú mọ́ wá o ìpínlẹ̀ yóò ní bàjẹ́. Unless you are from Splash or Lagelu and assigned cameramen, please don't trespass again. Ẹ má ta fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ o. Ẹ má ta fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ ti dá gbogbo àwọn olùdíje dúró wọ́n sì níbò míì tí wọ́n lọ. Prof, please. Sorry.
Thank you very much, and I'm so delighted we're and looking forward to wonderful things in our great nation, our great state. It was our Senator Teslim Folarin that was about answering. Do you want us to repeat the question or you just proceed? I should repeat. We were talking about the state of education and focusing on primary education. And I had mentioned that primary education is the foundation of education. That a lot of the problems we are experiencing in our nation is because of problems at the primary level, and that we really need to invest. So I was asking, why is primary education so important? That's one part of the question. Number two, what is your plan for primary education in Oyo State if given the opportunity to serve as governor? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Education is what underpins everything we're trying to achieve, and primary education for me is key, because if you get that right, then you begin to progress secondary and tertiary. But let us be honest with ourselves. Let us forget all these political statements. Education today in Oyo State is not good enough. I've heard Mr. Governor talk about the pay salaries. I mean, when you pay salaries for people who work. It's their right. You pay salaries, input, the output. What is the output? At the end of the day, 33 out of 36, 50 schools delisted. That's not good enough. You talked about 5,000 teachers. They've not mentioned how many teachers retired. You've employed 5,000. How many retired? So there's a shortfall. So the first thing we must do is to do a proper audit of the pupils, the youngsters who want to go into school, and the teachers there. The other thing is, once you get the audit right, the key thing is to motivate the teachers. you must motivate the teachers to get the best out of them. Right now, it is not the case. You have to pay them their forget salary, their grants, they can't even buy chalks. So we have to be honest with ourselves. What sort of education do we want? How many of us would send our kids to the schools that are there today? How many? So we must forget all these political statements, and that's why we are committed to declaring a state of emergency. We're going to invite key stakeholders, religious bodies, parents,
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just take you, can you just give us, you've mentioned that you will do things differently, but what are the specific, just in the next 30 seconds, what would you do, what would you do differently, and based on your antecedents as a person, what kinds of things have you done in the past that would show what you can do going forward?
No, what we would do different is very clear. It is to involve all stakeholders. I don't think it's right for government to sit down wherever they are and claim that they know everything. That won't work. It is not working. So you must carry the parents, the religious bodies. We must all sit down together to decide what is best for our children.
Thank you very much. And then we go on to the Labour Party. Alaji Akinwale, please.
Thank you very much. In the first instance, the issue of primary school is in the hands and within the purview of the local government administration. So I will return everything to local government. That's number one. Then we intend to meet the standard in budgeting, the standard of UNESCO in budgeting, which is 28%. And we are going to ensure that we review the curriculum. The curriculum is where we have all the teachings in the school. It's due for review because I think we are using 63-4 system of education ever since Babangida has, proposed that we have been using it, no review since. The third one is that training of the trainers. There is a fund line in the UNESCO where we just have to assess it. We need to, tap from this opportunity. And not only that, we are going to ensure that we provide infrastructures. It is important that when you are teaching, you see what you are teaching with. And this will encourage us. Primary education is the only education that we need to put so much on. And we are going to ensure that. The other time I talk about those people that establish Labour Party, they are administrators. They are people who have experience. And that's exactly what I meant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we now go finally to our SDP candidates.
Thank you very much. The very first thing we have to appreciate is that, because your question is in two parts, why is primary education so important? That is the foundation. That is where we learn how to write ABC, how to formulate the letters. That is where we learn how to speak. This foundational level is so crucial to the upbringing of the child. One aspect of education that most administrators have never adverted their mind to is the psychological effect of beauty in the life of man. Your environment determines whether you grow up to be a good person or you be a vagabond. So when we were growing up, even in the villages, we try as much as possible to make our environment very beautiful. Nowadays, there is nothing called beauty in our schools. In fact, in my own primary school, in my own class 4, there were feces and urines. When I went there to collect my testimonial, I was shocked. In saying some classes were with thatched roof. This cannot bring up good children. So the very first thing, apart from paying the incentives, is to add beauty to the schools. That is by creating good infrastructures for the primary education. Secondly, there was a time in the 90s, like I think Professor Awoniji was going about training retraining the teachers in nursery and primary schools, especially private schools. This is something that we need to extend to the teachers. We need to retrain them and retrain them. Even we lawyers, there is a program that you must continue to retrain as lawyers before you can continue to say you are a lawyer. So we need to train and retrain the teachers.
Thank you very much. And still on education, we're going to start with the Labour Party. Now I want us to be very specific about how, because we're saying a lot of what, I will do this, I will do this. So I want us to be specific about where you will get money from. Because you know money is in a pool. Where you will remove money from and put to achieve the things you want to do. So now there's some issues that I'm going to mention, and then I will want us to critically appraise this, each of us. Oyo State ranked 33rd in external exams. And like one of the candidates said, 50 secondary schools were blacklisted by WAEC. This is at the secondary level. How can we restore back our secondary education? Many of us many years ago went through a lot of secondary schools. What is the plan? A lot of these schools are in the realm of the government. And we know when we were in school many years ago, what sort of situation we had. Many schools don't even have toilets. Many of them are dilapidated, roofs are falling. What is your plan for secondary education? That's one point. The second is, tertiary education is very expensive. In fact, the federal government has said they can no longer fund universities. And we all know of the 8-month ASU strike, where lecturers are yet to get their 8-month salaries up to now. Teachers are very poorly paid at the tertiary level. They are leaving the country in droves to greener pastures. Every day they are resigning and they are leaving the country. In Oyo State, we have several tertiary institutions. There are even new ones coming up. And we know the amount of funding. In fact, what its studies show is that you need several millions per year to fund one person in a university. So, two things. This is second question. Tell us about the tertiary education terrain in Oyo State. And how do you plan to arrange and fund tertiary education? We'll start with you, sir, the Labour candidate.
Thank you very much. I would like to tell you that I'm also an educationist. I told you, I finished for St. Andrew College. And I was 3 times financial secretary of Lukoba, Old Boys Association. And that's where I finished. We were in care, and we are the one that made Loyola College to what it is today. I am going to transform our secondary school like I transform with the association efforts, all the secondary school in Oyo State. Just go to Loyola College and you see it. That is the wonders we are performing there. And there was a particular day when they want to hold one government program. We did not allow them because no government is doing anything in Loyola College. Today, if you go to Loyola College, you would think it's a university. I have said it the other time when I spoke. Education is the most essential thing that we need to put so much budget on. And this budget should not be lip service. We have to actually release funds for it. And we are going to meet the standard of UNESCO, like I said, on budgeting. It is important that we do that. We are going to review the curriculum of secondary schools. Infrastructure is important. And how we are going to fund it is so simple. The organization within Oyo State, corporate organizations, they have to perform their civic, corporate responsibility. We are going to divide the secondary schools into a number, and we ask this organization to partner with the government. That's one, that's funding. 2 is that there are funds lying fallow in UNESCO. Then we need to assess it. What are those funds? Funds to, train the trainers. They are expecting our teachers to go abroad. It's not on the bill of the state. It is there in UNESCO. We need to assess it. So
Thank you very much. I'll just ask you specifically. You did not tackle tertiary, but that's okay.
Okay.
You mentioned Loyola. What was your specific contribution to the reformation
Thank
of
you
Loyola?
very much.
Just a minute. Number 2, will you return schools to missions?
Thank you very much. Loyola College, my specific one is that the dormitory there that we went through, I personally, with my colleagues, renovated it, is there. Recently, Governor Aketi, built an hall, a very edifice hall. We have a professional basketballer who came to Loyola College to renovate our basketball court. We have a field.
Okay, thank you, sir. Because of time.
So I am talking about myself.
Yes.
Myself, I have just told you about renovation of our dormitory.
Yes.
And you said something.
Missions, are you going to return the school?
Of course, we are in Loyola College. I think our HESCO, we came to the government house. That day, we met with the deputy governor that the need to review the position of the government on missionary. We have put our paper before them, and we are soliciting for the further.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Folari, please. The same question.
Once again, thank you very much. You see, it's the two strands. One, the environment of the schools, and then the teachers. How do you motivate them? Now, it all boils down to money, like you rightly said. It is money. And so we have a recipe, a strategy for growing the economy. We need to expand the economy. Because it's all about money. We can sit here all day and blow whatever grammar. If you don't have money, you can now achieve a lot in education. And education needs to be funded properly. Unfortunately, 2 minutes is not enough to tell you how I intend to grow the economy. On the tertiary side, it's very similar. There's a lot of confusion. A lot of confusion has been injected into the system with this, with use of all these consultants. And so there's a confusion as the role of the consultants and the governing council of the schools. But you would have thought that the intent of the people that set up the governing council is for them to regulate things in these schools. But with this new thing coming in, there's a lot of confusion that nobody knows what's going on.
So, Senator, sir, you have not mentioned it. You said you will grow the economy. That will take quite a while. It appears there are some emergency issues that need to be done. And the issue of tertiary education, you didn't say anything about the funding.
I didn't see what?
The funding, where the money will come.
That's what I said. I just said it's all about money. When you say emergency, are you going to print money?
Okay, so you would grow the economy and then
we have to be realistic.
Okay.
You have to grow the economy.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. So I don't know where the issue of school fees comes, but let's move on to our next speaker, New Nigeria People's Party, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much. The condition of the school now is in a worrisome condition. And what I will do when we talk of renovation, you have said it that the money is not enough. I agree with you that budgetary allocation may not be enough. But every parent loves his or her children. So the PTA will be sustained, and I will make it very effective. They have to work hand in hand with the Old Student Association. And that is what is currently sustaining the secondary school I went. That is Orania Grammar School in Oyo. Old Student Association are very effective, and they have done a lot of renovations to the buildings in the school. So when I become the governor, I will encourage that to take effective position in every school in Oyo State. And not only that, there are banks, there are some other organizations that are doing businesses on our state. I will appeal to them to still reject their corporate social responsibility in ensuring that we are able to put our school in order. Another thing that you still mentioned is about the tertiary education. You see, the current thing that is going on now is that consultants are managing those schools. From May 29, 2023, that will stop. We will not allow the consultant to manage any of our tertiary institutions. Instead, all the people that are trained, that have been working, that have been, at least, they have been doing very well. So they will continue to do their job. Otherwise, some public servant will be rendered redundant. So that, I will not encourage it. Another thing you still mention is whether the school will be returned to the missionary. No, ma. It will not be returned to the missionary, because why all the schools were taken was because of a lack of payment. There won't be money to pay the staff salary. So,
thank you, sir.
Not to hard problem
Thank
to
you,
what
sir.
is existing. I will not do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, please,
Well,
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you once again. This is practical versus theory, because I am right there on the seat. Senator Folani said teachers being paid should not be something that you should celebrate. But in this particular state, we've had a government that says pensioners, dead people, we made them to be alive by paying them. Also, when we're talking about teachers retiring, teachers have been retiring all this while. How many teachers, as successive administration, have they employed? We've done our own bit. When we came in, I used to talk like yourself, ma, about Oyo State being 33 out of 36 states. But the reality is that first we need to improve on our own records, which we have done in this administration. The number of students that passed WAEC, both English and math, has been on the increase in Oyo State. Before we came in, 2016, check the data, we were at 33.5% of the students we presented that passed English and maths at WAEC. But as of 2021, we've gone to 65.5% of the students that passed WAEC and that passed English in WAEC exam. But also, returning schools to the missionaries. We have a proof of concept going on right now at a government college, Ibadan. We returned that school to the old students. We gave them certain conditions to be met, and they are meeting it, and that will be the foundation to take our decision further.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And we now go on to our SDP candidates. Mr. Lano, over to you, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't agree with Mr. Governor that there is an increase in the pass rate. It is during this increase in pass rate that 50 of our schools were hacked because they were found to be cheating. So how are we sure that those that passed were not those among those that were really cheating? Now, to fund it is a reality since the time of Baba Rashid Ladoja that no government can fund our education. Let us be realistic about that. And also, worldwide, there is no country in the world where the total 100% of education is borne by their government. Now, it is because of the system of education we are running. We intend to have what we call entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship education will take care of all the problems we are talking about in tertiary education. I will give you an example. There is a young man that I was able to train, and while he was doing his HND, I ensured that he was trained as this tiler. So it was during the time, it was the money he got from tiling business that is used to fund his education. It is imperative that we should start entrepreneurship education right now in secondary school level, so that by the time they enter university, they will not be a burden to their parents. They will have the kind of jobs that they can do that can give them the funding to be able to fund the. I'm a lawyer to at least 2 universities, and I know that even private universities are finding it very difficult to meet up because of funding. They need funding, and that funding, for instance, in secondary schools, can be done, 1, by the old students, 2, by the buoyant philanthropists, 3, that is if they trust the government, 3, by the corporate responsibility, which has been talked about. During these 3, for instance, when I was in the Gambia, there was a scheme of train a child. That is, if you are rich, you are given a child to train.
Thank you very much, sir. And over to you, our chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Jibola. Bami takuto beri si wọn lédè Yorùbá.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá.
Nǹkan àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Kò yí mọ́. And Sheun, get ready. There will be questions on economy and agric. Okay.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you, sir. A kí àwọn candidate wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wípé ẹ kò ìnàró torí pé kò easy láti nàró látàárọ̀. À ń consider ń bí pé à ní jẹ́ kó pẹ́ mọ́. Now, ìbéèrè mi ó lọ sórí ètò ààbò lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ìjọba àwarawa là ń ṣe, a dẹ̀ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti béèrè ẹ dẹ̀ tún ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dá wa lóhùn kẹ́ tó jẹ́ adarí wa. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ PMS, ó dùn mọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú, àwọn ẹlòmíín náà sì tún wò wípé àwọn ò gbádùn ẹ̀ tó. NURTW àwọn náà wọ́n ṣe ilẹ̀kùn mọ́ wọn. N tí a fẹ́ mọ̀ ó ní pé ìran wo lẹ ní fún àwọn awamọ́tò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, PMS ni, NURTW ni, tí nǹkan ò fi ní padà sí mọ́gbàdùgbẹ̀ kọjá mọ́gbàwòròdù kọjá ní ọdún 4 míì tá ń lọ báyìí, bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ Barrister Lanu SDP.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ rí pé ní àárín ọdún 8 tí olóògbé Ajímọ̀bí fi ṣe ìjọba, kò sí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀, kò sí mọ́gbà Mọ́kọ́lá mọ́gbà Dùgbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe ní láàánú wípé àwọn gúrùpù tẹ́ ń pè PMS tí òfin kankan ò set up, òun ló ń control garage àti motor parks nísìn. Wọn ò sì control rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òfin, wọ́n control rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú jàgídíjàgan ni. Now, ní ìgbà tí Fẹ́lẹ́ wà ní chairman, torá wà ní ara àwọn tó jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan tó wà nínú NURTW kó settle, èmi ààrẹ Àríṣekọ́lá Àlàó àti olóyè Ṣàràfàdín Àlí àtàwọn olóyè Ìbàdàn, àwa la pẹ̀tù sí wọn náà, àwa la set up peace tó wà nílẹ̀ láyé Ajímọ̀bí. Now, jàgídíjàgan sí nígbà yẹn Fẹ́lẹ́ kódà ó ti ní ká máa wọ uniform, ó dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe training fún wọn tí ń lọ sí institute. The present chairman NURTW ní Ogun State is a student of law ní Leeds City University bí o ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So they will now have many graduates among them. Now you now brought in, wọ́n wá bring in àwọn tó jẹ́ pé onípàǹlé ni wọ́n. Now NURTW oní number 16 nínú Trade Unions Act, òfin ló dá wọn sílẹ̀, kò sí òfin kankan tó dá PMS sílẹ̀. Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ ti tẹ̀lé òfin, tí òfin ò bá ti dáhùn sílẹ̀, irú táwọn rí náà la máa rí. Gbogbo tí ò bá ní bá òfin mu, àwa ò ní ṣe.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Torí àsìkò wa àti nítorí ìdí kan ó yẹ kí a lọ sọ́dọ̀ excellence gómìnà wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Okay?
Ẹ ṣeun. a lè torí pé a fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn applaud wa ká máa sọ àsọdùn ntí brother mi sọ barrister lana pé nígbà gọ́vnà Ajímọ̀bí kò sí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ béyìí òkú ìgbà gọ́fmẹ̀ntì wo ni wọ́n pa sí Ìwó road. ẹ sọ pé PMS kò dá NURTW lẹ́fẹ́ wáyé tó ṣe jẹ́ pé àwọn other states ni wọ́n ti ń copy PMS nsìn Ogun state ti copy ẹ̀ Lagos state ti copy ẹ̀ Ondo state ti copy ẹ̀ torí pé a rí i pé gbogbo anytime tí wọ́n bá ti ní change of government wọ́n máa ń fi ipá gba gáràjì ni. This is the first time, the first administration tó jẹ́ pé change of government wà kò sí tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ láti gba garages. And ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe rí àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ awakọ̀ under administration yìí èmi ni mo sign executive order lórí NURTW. I am the executive governor of this state, the chief security officer for your state, and I have the responsibility to ensure that I maintain law and order, which is exactly what I've done. Tí challenges bá wà kò ṣe pé ká sá pamọ́ nípa ẹ̀ ni, and this administration has been frontal as decision pé populist otherwise ìgbà tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ local government administration èmi wà lára àwọn tó oppose ẹ̀ àmúdẹ̀ sọ even though àwọn èèyàn rò pé populist ló yẹ kó jẹ́.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ thank you sir. ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ NNPP Magaji Popoola.
ẹ rí i pé ara ń tí àwa fi ní a ṣe kí ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ kó dá dúró nìyẹn ara ṣe ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ motor park garages but èyí tí wọ́n pè ní PMS ọ̀sẹ̀ àjòjì sí àwa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ yìí àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí NNPP ohun tí àwa ó ṣe ni pé a gbé agbára àti máa ṣe ìjọba garage lé àwọn Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers lọ́wọ́ eléyìí ó wá jẹ́ kí ẹni tó bá jẹ́ commissioner fún local government kó lè máa rí iṣẹ́ torí NNPP so eléyìí ó wá jẹ́ kí commissioner tó wà fún local government and chieftaincy máa rí iṣẹ́ sí so mo ti gbà eléyìí ti dáa ẹ̀rọ eléyìí ti dáa wọ́n yà mí ń ọ̀fẹ́ ń ọ̀fẹ́ àwọn wọn ọ̀fẹ́ gbọ́n tó a fẹ́ sọ ní a fi fẹ́ pa ọlọ́ọ̀dẹ lálágbára ọlọ́ọ̀lá lágbára so ṣẹ́rí gbogbo wa ta wà bí ọmọ ìyá ni wa àlàáfíà ló ni gbogbo wa ń wá ó ṣe ni láàánú wípé bó ṣe jẹ́ pé gbogbo aráàlú wọ́n ń gbádùn ìlú pàápàá jùlọ ìlú Ìbàdàn wa yìí ní kótó di pé Letitia Ajímọ̀bí kú àgbádùn rẹ̀ mọ̀ ń sìn bó ṣe yẹ orí tẹ́lẹ̀ èèyàn lè kọjá lójú pópó ní iye aago tó wù ú ṣùgbọ́n ń sìn inú fo àyàfo làwọn èèyàn fi ń kọjá lọ́nà ibì kọ̀ọ̀kan so àwa ò fẹ́ irú eléyìí.
gómìnà mà hello sir.
ẹ lè wí pé ẹ̀ ń parí ìjà fẹ́yàn méjì kí n tá ń jà sí kọ́ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹnìkan ẹnìkejì ò ní gbà ìjà yẹn ò ní tí ì parí so ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwa ò dá ìjọba yẹn padà sí ọwọ́ Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers NNPP.
yes APC.
ẹ ṣe gan ṣe rí ó yẹ kí a bára wa sọ òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ NURTW versus PMS èmi side pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí barrister lànà sọ pé NURTW ò ní lòfin lánàá now ẹ jẹ́ ká wá tiẹ̀ assume pé fẹ́ dá PMS sílẹ̀ ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe dá sílẹ̀ ẹ wo leadership PMS tá bá wí á kú tá bá wí á kú the leadership ẹni tó fi ṣe leader PMS is an ex-convict. So message wo ni ìjọba ń try àti sọ the reason ìdí tó fi dá PMS sílẹ̀ is political láti máa terrorize àwọn aráàlú ni that is the truth ìdí tó fi dá sílẹ̀ nìyẹn tí ló gbọ́ lọ́hùn.
ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa dákẹ́.
ló gbọ́ lọ́hùn tí àwa tá a bá déjọba àwọn padà sí NURTW àwọn ò ní mọ́tò ní interest nínú politics mọ́tò interest ta ní nínú ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò ni kí ni revenue ta lè generate lọ́dọ̀ wọn that is the only interest ta ní ní interest pé bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀lé sọ time àsìkò Ishaq Ajimobi ọdún 8 mo rò pé gbogbo à ń sùn so tá bá wá rí isolated case kan tí wọ́n pa ẹnìkan ṣé ìdí ní ẹ̀ tá a wá fi sọ pé òkè àbá ní PMS kó máa nà àwọn èèyàn káàkiri ìta àfẹsọ àti sọ yẹn ṣe.
ẹ jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ látọwọ́ ẹ̀yìn ẹni tí ò bá dákẹ́ àwọn agbófinró wọn á gbé kí tó kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín APC. wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ máa gbé auxiliary ńlẹ̀ ṣé lóòótọ́ ni.
èmi ò ń ṣe ọlọ́pàá nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ni pé tí ó bá fẹ́ da ìbò rú mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó ń ṣòfin àwọn security agencies wọn ò ní lajú wọn lẹ̀ kẹ́nìkan máa disrupt the election má gbé ńlẹ̀ tó bá dánwó ẹ̀ wò.
Labour Party. Labour Party, over to you, sir. ẹ jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ a ò lásìkò púpọ̀.
ẹ ṣe gan sa àwa ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kàn ju ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yòókù lọ nítorí pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ́ Labour ni ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Labour ó ní àwọn NURTW lábẹ́ òfin gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ pátá tí wọ́n bá ti forúkọ sílẹ̀ lábẹ́ òfin ni wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ NLC àti TUC ló dá ẹgbẹ́ Labour sílẹ̀ ní ìdí èyí nítorí wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò bá ti mọ̀ nípa local government administration tí ó bá ti di ìgbà tó dé ipò tó ju local government lọ kò ní mọ ohun tó yẹ kó ṣe lèmi fi ń sọ fún wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká dìbò fún ẹni tí ó mọ̀ nípa local government administration tí í ṣe Taofik Tayo Akínwálé àkọ́kọ́ NURTW àwọn kọ́ ni wọ́n ní garages o àwọn kọ́ ni wọ́n ní garages o ká jẹ́ kó yé wa o local government ló ní gbogbo garages màá dá agbára yẹn padà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn local government wọ́n á máa ṣàkóso nǹkan wọn.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀.
ti union mi ò àsìkò mi ètò.
okay.
ti union tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan gbogbo wọn pátá tí ṣe NURTW wọ́n ó tẹ̀lé ìlànà òfin tí wọ́n ó fi dìbò wọlé níwọ̀n ìgbà tán bá ti dìbò wọlé aṣáájú wọn lẹ́gbẹ́ Labour ó mọ̀ recognize.
ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run o àwọn oníròyìn ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ wọ́n wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ ń bí o wọ́n ní a ti fẹ́ gúnra wa pa nínú gbọ̀ngàn yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará ilé tí ń gbọ́ kò sí jàgídíjàgan o ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kankan ò sì wá dàbí bá irú irọ́ ni wọ́n ń pa o fake news. Alága fún ìgbìmọ̀ tí ń bá àwọn olùdíje sọ̀rọ̀ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí Dúró Adélékè àgúnra wa lọ́bẹ̀ o ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kankan ò kó àwọn sòǹdókò mọ̀ṣáàṣì kankan wá o. Nítorí náà ẹ má sọ pé nítorí pé ẹ fẹ́ dìbò ẹ wàá máa bà orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ kejì jẹ́ nǹkan burúkú ni o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sẹ́nétọ̀ àwọn èdè kan wà tẹ́ ẹ lò lẹ́ẹ̀kan èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága mi fẹ́ fara mọ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé lágbájá ṣe kinní kan tàmẹ̀dù kinní kan Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lẹ́sọ̀ o. You use the word ex-convict. Excuse me. Excuse me. Àgbà ajálẹ̀ mi ìgbọ́ báwọ̀ jẹ́ o. Ẹni tó sì gbé iṣẹ́ fún mi. Bàbá ni nílùú o. Ọlọ́run ní borúkọ yín jẹ́ o. Ọlọ́run sì ní borúkọ iléeṣẹ́ yín jẹ́. Ní tó bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyín ni kẹ́ ẹ sọ. No violence. Please. Listeners back home, no violence in the International Conference Center of University of Ibadan. So, economy, please, and agri.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I'll get back to the candidates as I've been instructed to look at questions on the economy and agriculture. I'll put them together. And I want you to give us a working of how agriculture will boost the economy of your state. Farming is set to employ about 70% of the Oyo State rural indigents, especially the rural folks. I want you to explain your blueprint for agricultural rejuvenation for the state in such a way that it will contribute immensely to our economy. I'll start with the SDP candidate.
Thank you very much. Our main focus is on agriculture. We have refused to invest in agriculture and agro-allied industries. And that is why we are having problem with food and every other thing. Now, our own is to, one, return the rural life, a better life for rural women. Two, invest in economic crops. Three, make use of our rivers and canals to produce fish. And four, ensure that agro-allied industries are established closest to those agricultural establishments. These are the things we need, because for the first time, we intend to establish Ọjà Ọ̀yọ́ in foreign capitals. And this will be by giving our farmers everything they need to multiply their production. Take, for instance, cassava. We will encourage them to multiply the acreage of production of cassava. And we are going to set up what we call, what we call a marketing board. Because the fear of farmers is that when they increase their productivity, there is no market for it. Government has to aid them in marketing their products. That is the essence of the marketing board, which will be extended beyond the old cocoa industry to edible food products. And we are going to produce massively. For instance, yam.
Thank you, the candidate of the SDP. As I move to the candidate of the PDP, who is the governor of your state.
Well, let me sincerely thank the chairman of this panel for addressing this issue of ex-convict. I was to speak about it because the ex-convict, and where is the file? It is still with me as the governor of Oyo State. It's a criminal case, but I don't want to bring that up right now. On agribusiness, we're not saying that agriculture, we're not looking at agriculture as farming. In Oyo State today, agribusiness is actually one of the major pillars of our roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State. We've turned Fashola farm settlement to a farm estate. And even though it is under construction right now, it has 100% subscription and occupancy. In Oyo State, we've spoken about cassava revolution. I commissioned a few months ago, I commissioned the sultry cassava to sorbitol factory. It is the second of it in the world and the first on the continent of Africa. When we're talking about agribusiness, infrastructure is very key. You must be able to move everywhere. And that is why we have, as the first contract to be awarded, we've linked Okeogun, which is the breadbasket of Oyo State, to Ibadan. We're linking Okeogun to Oyo. We're linking Okeogun to Ogbomoso. We've linked Okeogun to Ibarapa.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for being lucid. I have one more question for you after this round, Your Excellency. Yes, candidate of the NNPP, your turn.
Thank you very much. NNPP, we make sure agriculture becomes something that everybody will be proud of in Oyo State. And that's why we are talking of autonomy of local government. Before you can encourage somebody to go and do farming, there must be rural feeder road in good condition. So we will make sure we open all the rural road and encourage both the farmers and our youth. We will give them land and we will give them loan to make sure they do farming as a profession. Not only that, we will also encourage establishment of farm settlement. Before it used to be 7. We will make sure we have, at least if we cannot have it in each of the local governments, we will make sure we have farm settlement in what we call the constituency. So that we make sure farming becomes a business. And Okeogun, they have River Basin Development Authority before. That is Osun and Okeogun River Basin Development. That place used to produce fish. It used to produce a lot of maize and yam. But now it's dead. We will partner with federal government to make sure we resuscitate that one so that our teeming youth will get job and then food will be in abundance in Oyo State. So we will do that. We are still going to make sure that, anyway, my time is gone. Thank you very much.
Your time is not up. You still have 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, you know, we are going to form cooperative, which is already in existence. This will enable all farmers to have access to loan, because you will know who you are releasing money to. Well, because you are not going to get the money to individual, but you are going to get it to the organization. So with that, farmers will be encouraged.
Thank you.
And a lot of people will take to farming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before I come to you, the APC candidate, I'd like to reiterate this. The first bell is after 1 minute 30 seconds. The final bell is after the 2 minutes. So please take note. When you hear the first bell, it's just a warning to round off your thoughts. And so you can then round off by 30 seconds. Thank you very much. So I'll come to you, the APC candidate, Senator Teslim Folari.
Thank you. Let me first of all say I'm very disappointed in the panel. Just because you're a governor does not give you the right to make irresponsible allegation. If you're the governor of the state, then charge him to court. I don't think a governor should get involved in beer parlor politics.
The file is with me.
Back to their Greek.
The file in here will allow me.
All right. All right. Thank you.
I challenge you.
Ultimately, it will happen.
The panel should have done when he said that.
Thank you.
That is irresponsible.
You have the floor now. You have the floor now.
Senator, sir.
Coordinators, please, I have something to. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Sir. Màá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Yorùbá bọ̀. Pé ó tó ẹnì kẹta wọn a máa dákúnjà. Nǹkan àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, àkíyèsí tí mo ṣe, a sì ti sọ fún ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan olùdíje ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ kí wọ́n ó mọ̀ lo ọ̀rọ̀ ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ àbí àlùfàǹsá. Nǹkan kejì, a ò sọ pé kí ẹ̀yin olùdíje kẹ́ ẹ wá hàhín, kẹ́ ẹ wá máa yọ̀kò èébú lára yín, torí kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa ní kọ̀ọ̀kan tí ò ní ìtọ́pò mọ́ra ń kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá ẹ̀. Mo sì ti gbìyànjú àti sọ fún wa pé ìtẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣe fún aráàlú ní kẹ́ ẹ mẹ́nu lọ bá. kì í ṣe nǹkan tó lè da ìlú rú. nítorí náà mo bẹ̀ yín lórúkọ Ọlọ́run kí ẹnikẹ́ni kó má lo ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹsá sí olùdíje tàbí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn olùdíje. torí kì í ṣe ibi kì í ṣe kóòtù àbí ilé ẹjọ́. àwa tá a sì jókòó yìí kálukú wa la lórúkọ tiwa o. nítorí náà àwa ò sì sí ní ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kankan. ẹ̀yin agbófinró àwọn tó bá fẹ́ jáde ẹ bá wa mú fọ̀nà hàn wọ́n bẹ̀ yẹn o. nítorí náà aforúkọ Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín o. ẹ má pè ẹnikẹ́ni ní orúkọ mọ́. ẹ ṣé pọ̀.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Senator Simfolari, you now have the floor. And I want you to address the issue of the economy and agriculture frontally.
Yeah, thank you. So what we intend to do is to use a Greek to drive economic prosperity. And how do we intend to do that? One of the programs that we're looking at is called the Key Village Concept. And what is the Key Village Concept? You would find out that most of the agric being done is done by peasant farmers. So if there are like six villages of farmers growing cassava, for instance, we would look at the center and then create a key village concept. And what that means is that we would build schools there, they would have all the infrastructure. They would also have a model farm where new methods, new techniques of farming will be taught these local farmers. And the knock-on effect when you do that is that a lot of cottage industries will spring up there. They would spring up there, create jobs, and when you create jobs, you pay taxes. But I have to admit, we do have a challenge with power, the issue of power. Because for the key village concept to work efficiently, you need 24/7 uninterrupted power supply. And we're still working on that. We've engaged some energy companies to come up with their proposals for us to have a sustainable energy. And the whole idea is that once that key village concept works, nobody would be interested in going to town. It would make farming interesting. Research institutes can go to these key villages. Like I said, we'll have a model farm where they will then use that model farm to...
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Teslim Folari, for your answers. And the final candidate to answer this one question is from the Labour Party. So let's go. You have your 2 minutes now. Is your microphone working now? Please. Okay. Let it work. Gap pop. Gap pop, make it work. All right. All right. Hold on. Is your microphone working now?
It's not working. I borrowed this one from NNP.
Are you good with that one?
No, I'm not good with it. Give me my own.
Okay. I want you to have a microphone that you are comfortable with. Are you okay now?
Oh, I'm okay.
So
Thank
your
you.
time starts now.
No.
It starts now.
Be just. No.
It will start counting.
No. Said something before he starts using his time. Thank you. Let me say something.
You should have raised the point for me so that I'll know that.
All right, okay. I want to say something.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. I want to appeal to the good people of Oyo State. You can see them now. Please vote Labour Party for peace to reign in Oyo State. Thank you. I want to start by saying that the local government administration will be strengthened just like it has been before now. We have Ministry of Local Government. We have Department of Agriculture. We need to put more energy by funding correctly this department so that each local government, we must have guarantee for food security, especially those local government from agrarian community. That is Okeogun. They do not have any other means of sustenance than agriculture. So we have to, focus more attention on them because it is important. Food security is important. And how we are going to do that is that we're not going to be concerned only on trunk B roads. We are going to concentrate on trunk C roads because this is the function of local government. And this will enhance the agricultural produce to be able to transport to transported to the city. It is important. We like to say that we have enormous institution here to train our graduates. We are going to do employment and we are going to involve them and we send them to clean IITA and more plantation instead of wasting money to one state for no results. We are going to ensure that we engage them and we move Ministry of Local Government to our farm settlements. They must ensure that we identify seeds.
Thank you, the candidate of Labour Party. Thank you for that response. Mr. Chairman, please. The governor, I said there was a question I wanted to ask you earlier. The question is, at the 2019 debate, you promised not to scrap the LCDAs, but make them functional. Sir, have you done that?
Yes. I didn't scrap the LCDAs because the Constitution of Nigeria specified the number of local government in Oyo State, 33. And when you collect money from the Federation account for the local government, it is for those 33 local government areas. And that is the kernel of us saying, look, constitutional amendment should look at local government autonomy from the prism of the state having control over their own local government. If we think that 67 or even 80 local council development areas is what we required in Oyo State, we should be able, to create that constitutionally. What we've done, because when I was campaigning, I went to Olokoto, and it was in that place that I made that particular statement that I will scrap LCDAs. And they begged me and said, look, this Orire local government, that particular Olokoto is where you have a lot of Ilorin people, Fulani people, and they are the ones in control. So we did not go against the Constitution by conducting elections into the LCDAs. What we did was we allowed the LCDA to function, but under the constitutionally recognized local government areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I'm done.
Prof. Thank you very much. Yes. So thank you very much. really feel, I was just saying to myself, you've been standing for so long, our distinguished candidates. We're almost done. This is the last set of questions, and it's on health and welfare. Health and welfare. So thank you very much. Health, according to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. In Oyo State, what is your blueprint for ensuring that every citizen in this state has access to good health, knowing fully well that many people don't have insurance? Many people die because they don't have money to pay. What will be your role to strengthen primary health care, which is the first state point of contact for health in the state? I would want you to talk about the Convention of the Rights of the Child, and also how Oyo State will attain the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you very much, sir. We will start, well, I think we started at this side before. So I will start at the middle. I think so everyone has the opportunity to start first. Our distinguished Nigerian People's... NNPP, thank you. And then we'll come like this. Thank you, sir.
For NNPP, we will ensure that everybody living in Oyo State, they enjoy their health very well, they look good, and they are well taken care of.
Sorry, not to interrupt. I want us to focus on how.
Okay, this is what we do. That is what is in our manifesto. Antenatal care will be free. Any pregnant woman from May 29 will have a free health in taking care of that pregnancy. Then after the delivery, the first 10 years for the children will also be free for them. Now, before we do that, we will make sure that all our health institutions are put in good working condition. We will also employ more health personnel, because when you go to most of our hospitals now, most of the doctors, they have left the country and there is no replacement. We will make sure we employ more, we make the condition conducive for them so that they will stay. Our hospital at Adeoyo has been old for a very long time, and what we do, we will turn it into a teaching hospital. Since we have Oyo State as a university, that hospital will become a teaching hospital. This will attract more grant from World Health Organization, and there's going to be specialist department in the hospital. So this will ensure that people that are living in Oyo State, they live very well and they enjoy their health facilities very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because of time, there are a couple of questions that you know that I will have, but I think we'll just move on very quickly to our distinguished Senator, APC. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. I think everyone agrees health is wealth. And I think it's important that we get right the primary health care. Once you get that right, then the system improves itself. But unfortunately, because the local government system is not working properly, that is not happening. Because for the primary health care to thrive, it must be under a local government, and it would be free. Now, when you come to secondary, there's so many hospitals that were built due to political consideration, no fault of anyone. I think we need to take stock of the secondary health care that we have, because like my friend said, there's so many, the workers are overstretched, and so we need to do something about that. And then of course the national insurance scheme, for health would also have to be looked at again to see how we can strengthen it to cater for not just things like malaria, but even serious illness.
Thank you very much, sir. Labour Party candidates, please.
Thank you very much. We in Labour Party, the issue of health is very, very important to us, and that's exactly why we have decided to establish across 6 geopolitical zones a very comprehensive laboratory test centers. Not everything we need to go to the hospital. So many things that happens to us, we need to check ourselves. So we are going to establish it, and we are going to employ people into it. The following professionals will be in the centers. We are going to have inside this center a physiotherapy. We're going to have inside this center a dietitian, because many times you need to listen to those who understand food. They will ask you to eat certain food and you will be all right. We're going to ensure that we do this, because majority of our hospitals, and that's why some people agree with me that it is not enough for you to establish health centers, but what are those infrastructures, the equipment inside it? We are going to upgrade those equipment by the grace of God. And we are ensuring that we employ more doctors, and we have taken it upon ourselves. Anybody above 65 will be taking, medical care free of charge. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Distinguished SDP candidate, sir.
Thank you very much. The unfortunate problem of Oyo State health sector is lack of data and lack of research. We have since 2014 been conducting research on our health problems on private initiative. And our very first thing is the market women. The way they die is because nobody is taking care of them. They cannot afford to leave their trade to go to hospital and stand for hours. We have to ensure that, one, the capacity of the hospitals are increased, so that the issue of somebody waiting 3-4 hours before being attended to we have to get rid of that. Then again is the issue of the mortality rate. We have to take care of our pregnant women so that we will reduce drastically the mortality rate among our women. Like Adeoyo can be used as a center, as a research center, to be able to determine the causes of this and be able to tackle it at earlier stage. Again is that it is compulsory for the government that 2 sets of people should be taken care of, either freely or on rebate. The retired people, I'm not talking about only retired civil servants, but every person after the age of 65 years, they ought to get their medical treatment free of charge or on rebate. That's what they do in the Gambia. And our pregnant women, so that only the active sector are the ones that are going to be paying for facilities. We have to encourage it. So we need to have mobile clinics for all our schools and all our markets. Mobile clinics is very, very important.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, sir. And maybe you can tell us where the money is going to come for all these things.
Well, my brother, Senator Falari, said he will fix the local government and the system can improve itself. It doesn't happen. The system will never improve itself. It has to be a lot of hard work that you have to put into it. And this administration, we have been in a real-life situation during COVID-19. When COVID-19 hit, people were all over the place. We should have isolation centers, use our stadium. We said no. Let us improve our healthcare facilities. and we've used the opportunity to at least shorten the deficit in infrastructure within the health center. And what did we use? We use data, we use science, and we use logic to arrive at this situation during the COVID. And Oyo State came out very well. So I'm not talking about theory, whether I will do this. It is what this administration, what we have done. We have 351 wards in Oyo State. And we said that there must be a functional category 3 primary healthcare centers in each of the 351 wards. Out of the 351, at least about 250 of it we have been able to renovate. Now, Labour Party candidate said he will get grant from World Health Organization. Again, it doesn't happen that way. This is the first administration that got concessionary loan of 50 million euros at 0.009% to improve our healthcare facility. Not even any state in Nigeria has it. And the work is ongoing. At the Adeya State Hospital, on the secondary level, out of the 4 theaters in there, 1 is fully renovated right now.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Unfortunately, nobody spoke on mental health. And I think in previous sessions like this, we should have psychologists placed in the different sectors to calm the people down. Thank you very much. And I think we're
All right, thank you very much. Can you be on your seat, please? Can you please sit down?
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I have been listening to the governor. I have listened to Senator Teslim Folari. I have listened to the candidates. It is time for the next round. All right. Right. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Governor, can you call them to order? Mr. Governor. Mr. Governor. Mr. Governor. Mr. Governor, good. Are you called them to order? Thank you.
Please, let there be order. Let there be quietness, please. Please, let there be order and quietness. The debate is not over, and we want the people of Oyo State to have the benefits of comparing apples with apples, please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, the debate yìí ò tí ì parí, ó ṣe fẹ́ parí ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kí wọ́n ní àǹfààní láti gbọ́ ohun tí a fẹ́ sọ last. Ẹ ṣeun. I'm actually one of the governors that stood against.
All right. Mr. Lano. Hello, Mr. Lano. Mr. Lano is the gubernatorial candidate of the Social Democratic Party.
Yes.
I've been listening to you all the while. You have been talking about the Gambia. And I'm thinking, Gambia. Why Gambia? You want to take us to Gambia? Yaya Jammeh's Gambia? How?
Thank you very much. You see, when I was in part 1, my professor of English asked me what is education. We thought education is attending schools and going to universities. He said education is acquisition of knowledge. That if you are born in Ibadan, you grow up in Ibadan, you never left Ibadan, you are not fully educated. It is when you go to other cultures, then you take some things out of those cultures, and that's certain things that will help you in your life. So I lived in the Gambia for 7 years. I learned. I've been to so many countries in the world. I learned from them. Our people will just go to all these countries without learning anything. Whatever good thing I learn in any country, I want to implement. I want to be.
What did you learn in the Gambia?
Part of the things I learned in the Gambia, for instance, is that the government there don't acquire their lands, their citizens' lands, and give it to foreigners at no cost, and just giving pittance in terms of what they call it, something to the owners of the land. So in our own case, in their own case, which is what I'm going to adopt, whenever we want to use land, we are not going to acquire it from the owners of the land. We are going to partner with the owners of the land so that a certain percentage of the profit from the investment on that land goes to the owners of the land. And you don't just take their land away from them like that.
You know, when you talk about the Gambia, I got scared. Was it during the Yaya Jammeh time?
This thing has nothing to do with the president. It has to do with their culture. It has to do with their system. Do you understand now?
Gambia is not an example of development.
No. There are certain things you have to learn from the Gambia. In Nigeria, you cannot stand here and ask a custom officer, how much is the custom duty on a product? You can search, ask them from Nigeria here, ask them in Banjul, what is the cost, what is the custom duty on so product? And you will be told there is no corruption in their ports.
I was listening to the NMPP candidate. You want to establish more farm settlements. Have you visited the Jai farm settlement?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Are you okay with what we have there?
It will not be enough. That's why I say.
Are you okay with what we have there now?
What is there is not bad.
Are you thinking of fixing what is on ground before establishing a new one?
I will fix what is there and then I will establish more.
We are talking about more than 9 farm settlements already.
Every day population is increasing. So therefore, if you want everybody to be gainfully employed, you have to give them the opportunity. So, and that is why I say I will establish more farm settlements.
What did you see in Ijayi farm settlement?
There are so many things there. So
tell the governor. The governor is by your side. What did you see?
He's my brother. He knows. I cannot remember what I've seen there.
You can't remember?
I can't remember, but I've been there.
You know, there was one heated issue just now. When they mentioned the issue, everywhere got heated up. It simply tells you something. There is something about the parks. The parks are gold mines. And you can see, whenever you talk about the parks, PDP and APC go to war. Have you thought deeply why? You think it's just about auxiliary? Before auxiliary, there was Tokyo. There was Elewiomo. There was Tower. And it's the same story. Mr. Governor, how much do you make from the parks per month?
Well, because this is an open environment, and I swore to the good people of Oyo State that I may not be right all the time, I may not be perfect, but I will be honest with them all the time. Right now, the park management system through local government is at least making about 60, 70 million every month to the state government. Now, we're making huge investments, and in the years to come, under Omi Tuntun apá kejì tó jẹ́ fíìmù tó dùn ju apá kìíní lọ, they will even make more. Our target is to realize between 200 to 500 million monthly from the park management system, and it will happen by God's grace.
Senator Folani, Oyo State is bigger than the 5 Southeast states, and we are making just 70 million per month from the parks. Do you think that is good enough?
I think we can get more. 70 million to me is too small. We can do better.
When you say we can do better, what are you thinking? Because I know you have lived in the UK. You see the quality of the parks there. You can imagine what a modern transport system would do to Ibadan. I was looking at your blueprint. I saw what you have in your blueprint. You are not speaking to that blueprint. A modern transport system, you promised that. What does it entail?
Well, a modern transport system starts with the vehicles being used. It will be done through PPP because the government does not have the sort of money to go out and start buying buses for people. We would create an atmosphere, a conducive atmosphere where the private sector would find it very easy to come in and invest.
She has spent more than 20 billion on the parks. Government has money. Government has money, Senator Folani. Don't you think government has money?
I think it's misplaced priority. That's my own view.
Well, it is good that Senator Folani is actually here today, because I was listening to him on radio once, and he said, look, I'll turn those modern bus terminals into maybe a hospital or a library. Well, the one at Iwo Road is actually right behind Bishop Phillips Academy, where I went to secondary school. And it's not the right location for a library, an hospital. But let me say this. We've all traveled all over the world. When you go to Amsterdam, it is an hub, a transportation hub. When you see the bags, they see, buy, and fly. In Oyo State, Ibadan grew out of its nodality. Ibadan grew from being a nodal town to a big city. Everybody coming from the east, from Lagos, going to the north, going to other parts of southwest, you need to pass through Ibadan. And for us in Ibadan, having a decent transport infrastructure is one of the means by which we can expand our economy. When I said 70 million, when we came in, it was zero. NURTW was paying zero to the government coffers. But PMS we are generating at least 70 million. It's a way to start. And we increased Oyo State IGR from 1.8, 1.9 billion that we met it 4 years ago to about 3.5 averagely, without raising taxes on the people of Oyo State.
I'll come back to you, Senator Folarin. Mr. Akinwale, can you intervene in this discourse? This issue of transportation. Because I'm telling you that in Sheimak in this time, if you go to Songo, you can see about micras parking on 3 lanes. In Sheimak in this time, if you go to Gate, you will see micra taking about 70% of the lane. That is what we see. Yet the governor talks about modernizing the transport system. Can you tell him a story?
Thank you very much. Experience counts. Whenever you want to vote this time around, do not forget experience. It is none of the state's business. The business of the park, I repeat, is with the local government. I'm a local government man, and that's exactly why I will continue saying this. If you now say you have spent huge amount of money that is enough to cater for the welfare of the people of Oyo State, on that premise, you still have logjam that you just rightly mentioned. I want to also say this, that it is a misplaced priority.
What is a misplaced priority?
Exactly. Therefore, I will urge the people of Oyo State so that they will not have a government that will be borrowing in perpetually for nothing tangible. That they should vote Labour Party. And me, I have the experience at the local government, state, and federal. I'm a seasoned public servant. I know what it takes.
Alhaji Akinwale.
Yes.
Are you sure you will not labor in vain?
Oh, that's exactly why we are having this mess. You must labor before you can enjoy. We are all laborers. You are even a laborer too. I hope you are not going to labor in vain too.
Okay, Senator Folarin.
No, you see, when they came up with this concept, this park concept, it was not explained to anybody. Okay? Now, take the one in Challenge, for instance. The one in Challenge. The PMS, they still use the old filling station, the old Texaco station. They still use it. And then you're asking yourself the question, why spend all this money on this big, gigantic project when we can spend it on education? If you have all the money in the world, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you go into those parks, I haven't been there, but people who have been, it's quite different from the concept in Lagos. Very different.
You are talking about a governor that is spending more than 20% on education. Annual budget.
20% on what?
Annual budget on education.
And what is the result?
The result, when this administration came in, we met 1.5 university. Now we have 3 universities in Oyo State. We have LAUTECH completely owned by Oyo State. We have the Fourth Technical University, and we also have Emmanuel Alayande University of Education in Oyo. And now, at the secondary level, we have renovated close to 300 classrooms. We have built over 60 model schools. We have provided chairs and tables, about 26,000 to our children.
Thank you.
We gave them textbooks, we gave them notebooks, and we stopped them from paying 3,000 education levy. We have taken 60,000 out of school children back into the classrooms. That is the result.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. 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 You know, let me tell you something. If you continue to behave this way, we will use your... Take note of that. Hello, Mr. Governor. Please talk to them. The governor has a lot to say, and you are distracting him. Okay? Mr. Lano. You know, when you were talking about local government autonomy, you said those who kick against local government autonomy, they don't read enough.
Yes.
Are you saying Sheyi Makinde does not read enough?
I'm not attacking a particular person. Now, let's go to statistics. As far back as 2011, I wrote a proposal for Governor Jimobi on how, through the local government, the NURTW can generate 23 million naira per day in Oyo State. 223 million per day. So I'm shocked when they are talking about 60 to 70 million naira per month now. 23 million naira per day is about 230 million naira in 10 days.
You know, when I see the PMS boys, the first thing I look at is
no wonder hand. They are building mansions.
I look at their hand, it's full of naira.
So,
you know, Mr. Lano.
Yes.
We need to interrogate the park system.
We need to.
We need to thoroughly interrogate it. How come it's only, let me not use the word rascals, because you have intellectual rascals, you have political rascals. If you look at how our parks have been managed, and you look at the park system around the world, you begin to ask, is it that the politicians are deliberately impoverishing some young boys, tie them down in the park, use them for political reasons, and sometimes leave them despondent? I don't know if we will not accuse the governor of also being guilty of this. We cannot run away from it.
Now, let me conclude.
I know. I will come to you, Mr. Governor. Why is it that it's auxiliary that is the best man to be the chairman of the park management system?
If you have a better candidate, please bring the candidate forward. Let us interrogate the person.
What was your credential? Why?
Let me say this. You yourself, you mentioned how this thing has progressed.
Yes.
For us, if you are starting from ground zero, you need to, first of all, try to crawl, then you walk, then you start running. Where we're coming from, we were in a hole. Now we've stopped digging. We're out of the hole by God's grace. And very soon we will be crawling. At least some people are going into those terminals. There's a little bit of sanity. When you say that gate is still like this, or my brother saying, well, they are still using the old station, the old mobile station at Challenge. Look at how chaotic that place used to be before the junction improvement. Now bring some people in, but habitually we created a scout camp. It was created by Governor Ajimobi, and we put down the fence. We encourage people to go in there. But when you have habits that you have to correct, you cannot do it with automatic alacrity. You have to allow people to get themselves out of such habits. And that is exactly what we're doing. That is what we've done.
As auxiliary delivered.
Auxiliary is delivering. All of the people, all of the PMS people, you can see them. You mentioned They are also building houses. They are sending their children to school. They are also Jamansi. That is why tó ń dà àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé NURTW àwọn tá a lé kúrò ń park kí wọ́n lọ join àwọn auxiliary àwọn auxiliary àgbo ewúrẹ́ wọn kò sọ pé òun ò bá àgùntàn ṣe àgùntàn ló sọ pé ìyá òun òbí dúdú tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ lọ kí wọ́n lọ join wọn àwọn náà á rí jẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Thank you.
Mr. Kupola, NNPP.
I think that PMS is a misplacement of priority for now. What we could have done first is to fix all our internal roads. There are some junctions that have been causing traffic in this Ibadan. We should have created grades separated. For instance, like that challenge, if you are coming from Lagos and you are going to Malete, you don't need to waste time. They should have provided a bridge so that when you are coming, you just go straight. So that will have saved a lot of time. But the park that we have created, honestly, is underutilized. And it's not the right time. We could have used that money for another thing. So I will not do it if I were.
Mr. Lano, I come back to you. Now there's an argument I want to put forward. All the candidates here, except the governor, is saying they will sign a bill on local government autonomy. The governor is making the argument that in a federal setting, there are two tiers of government, the federal and the state or the region, as the case may be. So you talk of reading. What led to the Agbekoya riots? It was taxation without representation.
Yes, now.
Pre-independence, the regions were in charge of the local government. It did not stop Awolowo from performing. Post-independence, the regions were still vibrant. They were in control of the local government. Don't you think you should have a rethink and see the argument the governor is putting forward?
Look, if you look at even the presidential system in US, they have federal, state, and counties. They still have counties.
They are not in the Constitution.
You see, in our
it's not in the American Constitution.
In our own Constitution, we have local governments as a tier of government with separate allocation of funds, which we all know. Even Mr. Governor said, when he was talking about these other entities created out of local governments, he said there are 777 local governments in Nigeria. So they are governments, they are local governments, state governments. So we have a three-tier. You see, the Constitution created what it wanted. And I referred you to the Constitutional Doubting Committee report of 1977. They gave reasons why there must be another tier of government that will be closer to the community, that will be closer to the people, to the grassroots. And it is this local government that are supposed, for instance, in UK, for instance, there is what we call justice of peace. They are supposed to be representatives of the Queen at their own locality. So even under the unitary system, they still have a system in which the grassroots can speak and get to the hair of the national government.
Mr. Lano,
but
we are Attorney General under Ladoja.
You said?
You were Attorney General under Ladoja, right?
I was not. I was not Attorney General.
When were you Attorney General?
Under Akala, yes.
Okay, under Akala.
Yes.
Was there local government autonomy?
It was. There was.
There was local government autonomy.
There was local government autonomy, and
there was a joint local government account.
Yes. I can say it categorically.
Yes.
The bill.
And Akala was able to extract about 8 billion from all local governments. You remember?
Well, you see, he did that one after I left office, and contrary to my advice, see what they did at that time was to, if you look at the charge, I said the charge.
Yes.
It was not Akala that directly spent that money. He got the local government chairman to sign the contracts which he was in charge of. I was solicitor to some of the local government chairmen when they were arrested by the EFCC. And I told them, when you get there, tell the truth. Because it was a uniform letter of award. Uniform letter of award.
But that was wrong.
But it was not.
It was wrong.
It was criminal. But you can never find a document in which Akala signed that 8.something billion out of
It
the
was
account.
criminal.
It was, of course, it was criminal. That's why he was charged.
Are you saying Governor Sheyi is also committing criminal offense?
If he did it, that's it.
By doing what, really? You lost me out there. Let me say this. Local government autonomy that they're talking about is just about the federal allocation. That federal allocation is drying up. Oil is the main earner of forex to go into that federal allocation. Very soon, a whole lot of people, a whole lot of countries, they are going to economy that is unrenewable. So oil will soon be a thing of the past. Coal used to be. Coal became a thing of the past. So for us, it is how to create wealth at the local government level. I'm not saying scrap the local government administration, no. I'm saying that, look, the constitutional issues that we have regarding local government is not allowing them to be a source of wealth for our people. Yes, it's the closest to the people, but what exactly are they doing? And we allow local government under this administration to spend their own money. And that is the situation.
Can I say something,
Okay,
sir?
you can intervene.
Wọ́n ní tá a bá fa àkòfé gún àjòkun ẹlẹ́ni. Nígbà tí ẹ bá lọ gbowó local government láti Abuja wá, ó yẹ kó dé ọ̀dọ̀ local government. To me, autonomy of local government should remain, and it's only when people are working in local government that wealth can be created for the rural people. We have the local government chairman, we have the councillor. Why are we now voting them in when we know they will not perform? So we should, for me, they should stay. They should be doing their function as at when. And when you look at Constitution, Section 162 is clearly spelled out. We have the federal, we have the state, and then we have the local government. So it is not yet repealed. So it's still subsisting. Therefore, local government autonomy should start with immediate effect now, if our people will not be sustained. My dear brother, assuming you are a local government staff, you will not wear this kind of clothes.
Senator
Edmund, when we came in, there were local governments that were owing salaries. Go and
about
check.
6 out of
Is that
33.
the time we want
6
to go
local
back?
governments are owing. There are 6. 6 local governments were owing out of 33. It doesn't mean that they cannot be corrected. So, if you have committed an infringement, there are laws to punish them.
Senator Folarin.
Yes. So local government autonomy is circumstance.
Even though the what's it called, local government is mentioned in the constitution, it is not autonomous, because they still have ties with the state government. And I said it earlier on, it is a constitutional issue. Now, before we get to the constitution being amended, the issue is, what sort of local governments do we want to run? That is the issue here. And now we are saying the local government, we all agreed, is the closest to the people. Even Mr. Governor agreed on that. It is the closest to the people. But we are saying, and he's right, it's all about money. The money coming from Abuja, everybody wants to control it. Now the point, my take, is that if you have elected chairmen and you have a structure in place in the local government, pending the time when the thing is formalized, let them control their resources.
Senator Folarin, I know you to be a realist.
Sorry?
I know you to be a realist.
Yeah.
The constitution did not make them autonomous.
Say that again.
The Constitution of Nigeria did not make local government autonomous.
I just mentioned that.
Yes, you agree.
I agree, yes.
Then you cannot make them independent in any way. Reality.
So what do we? What's the alternative? Do we scrap them?
Don't let that be a misconception. There is a misconception here.
Is there a misconception?
Yeah, there is a misconception here. The only thing that is not autonomous about local government is the fact that they don't make their own laws. That is all.
Financial autonomy.
It is because, yes, it's because they don't make their own laws.
And that is fundamental.
The state House of Assembly make laws for them, but not on their allocation. Because, like Magaji said, Section 162 says, any amount standing to the credit of the federation account shall be distributed among the federal and state governments and local government councils.
And paid into what account?
No, that's why you even have a joint local government council account.
Who controls the account?
They should not.
Who controls it?
No.
Realistically, who
it
controls?
Is supposed to go to them.
Who controls it?
It comes through the accountant general and is distributed to them through the joint local government account system.
Okay, sorry, sir. If you read further,
no, it is not.
If you read further, the money should be given to the state governor and be given to the local government.
The point is that
it
is an issue that should be discussed.
Given to the state governor and be given. So the state governor supposed to be a transmitter.
Alhaji Akinwale, as we round off, there is an APC candidate by your side. His political party has thrown Nigerians into unbearable hardship. There is scarcity of naira. Do you think Fulani should be elected governor?
Oh, that is in the hands of God. I can't say that. Even to myself, I can't say it. Everything is in the hands of God. Let me tell you before I go. You know, I was not involved in all these arguments. All of them are inexperienced when it comes to local government. No, on a more serious note. They did not pass through local government administration. They don't know. How can you say because of the allocation? They just want to sit on the allocation. We have staff there. They are constituting so many good things in the society. And that's exactly what explains why we don't have good roads in our local government. We don't have good roads in our local government. 1 minute, Edmund. Let me say this to you. The last governor, there are two governors I want to quote them now. Two governors. Governor Kola Kweshola, he was chairman Akinye local government. What happened during his time? The local government was functioning. The local government was flourishing. And the local government is a destination that everybody wants to go to. What happened during Chief Bayo, Alao, Akala? I was in the local government. It doesn't matter whether autonomy or no autonomy. It is all about feelings of the people of the grassroots.
Thank you.
You should be able to allow the grassroots to benefit the dividend of democracy. This is very paramount.
Senator
on this note, I want to call on the good people of Oyo State to please let us immortalize Alao Akola. He contested last as the governor of state under Labour Party. Let us vote Labour Party to control the government here.
Senator Fulani, we are rounding off. Scarcity of the naira, the hardship on Nigerians.
No, see, I think it's very unfair to blame the scarcity of naira on APC. The party at the forefront of the fight against this injustice is APC. The governors that went to court to challenge in Supreme Court is APC. The candidate of APC at the federal level, Ashwadi Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has made his position very clear on the issue. I have also made my position very clear on the issue. I mean, Edmund, the central bank is supposed to be independent. So why are you blaming APC?
An APC president.
No, it doesn't matter. When it comes to monetary policy, the whole idea of making the bank independent is so that there is no political interference.
I want to disagree with you, sir.
Okay, no.
I think I have not touched this aspect.
No time. No time.
I want to disagree with you, saying APC should be exonerated. APC, as a matter of fact, should not be considered for election.
All right. NMPP.
honestly, the mess that we find ourselves in the last 8 years, Nigeria does not have that. Now, see what we are now going through. There is no fuel, there is no cash. A lot of people are suffering, and it's because of the bad administration of APC. Whether Buhari, whether Tinubu agree or he doesn't agree, it's APC, and it's APC we know.
SDP.
Therefore, APC should not be returned to government.
SDP. Well, this is just a continuation of the suffering we started in 2015.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of our suffering, and by God's grace, we are about to land in the right place. So APC cannot exonerate themselves, and no member, not even Tinubu, not any governor candidate, can exonerate himself from the hardship we are facing. But again, let us look at the reason why the APC governors went to court. Did they go to court because of the citizens? Yeah, did they go to court because of the citizens, or because they want to spend money for the election? They want to vote buying. That's the only reason. If they had gone to court to fight for us, it would have been a different thing. They didn't go to court to fight for us. They only went to court so that they can be allowed to buy votes.
Mr. Governor, there is tension around the country with regard to this scarcity of the naira. You want to talk to the people directly.
Well, I've spoken to the people. I told them that violence will solve our problem. What will solve our problem is that on Saturday, this Saturday, they have their PVCs. They should go to their polling units and elect leaders that will be ready to put the people of Nigeria first. And let me also use this opportunity to say this. In 2015, at this same venue, Senator Folari was in front of a PDP logo. Me, I was in front of a PDP logo. So, political parties will come and go. Please, don't kill yourself because of any politician. Not because of me or Senator Folari or any one of us. That political parties will come and go, but state and country will remain. Thank you.
We are parting shots. Your parting shots, Alhaji Akinwale. Your parting shots.
Hello?
What is your message?
On that,
no more argument.
No, we are not. I'm not arguing.
We are leaving. You have 30 seconds, sir.
I always go straight to the point.
We have 30 seconds.
The fact that I said AP should not be considered for an election does not mean we should also consider a party that his hand is full of blood.
What party is that?
That exactly the party everybody detests in the state now. That lives of people is nothing to them.
Is that?
So on this note, I want to urge the people of your state to go to mosques, to go to churches, and God should choose for us a leader that will be merciful.
You are not even campaigning for Peter Obi?
Yes.
You are not even saying anything about him?
Yes, we are campaigning for him. I was with him yesterday in Ogomoto.
What do you want us to do?
Of course, the next hope for Nigeria, Senator Peter Obi, let us vote for Labour Party.
Thank you. Your party short, Senator Folari.
Thank you, thank you, Bilo. I want to take cue from what Mr. Governor said, that the people should vote for candidates on Saturday, candidates that mean well for this country. And if there's any candidate that means well for this country, it is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Thank you. NMPP, your party short.
NMPP, Nigerians have tasted APC, we have tasted PDP, and we can see that they don't have solution to our problems. And that is why we are having a new Nigeria. So NMPP is the party that is going to rescue this country from the mess we find ourselves. And you can see that I'm at the center of the two of them. So I will cut from right, and I will cut from left to join NMPP. So I'm appealing to you on Saturday, vote Senator Rabi Kwankwaso as our next president.
SDP.
Well, we are the oldest party in the country, and as you are saying, vote for people of character with no moral burden on them. Vote people that are grassrooted, people with clean records, and people of integrity. That is all.
Mr. Governor, I'm wondering who you will tell them to vote for. I'm just thinking, who will they vote for? Your senatorial candidates. Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Well, people should vote for our senators. They should vote for our House of Reps. And for presidential candidates, they should vote for the unity of Nigeria. Vote for inclusivity for Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. Shall we take the national anthem? Shall we take the national anthem, please? Shall we take the national anthem? Hello? Okay. Can you please do us the honor? Thank you very much. We'd like to ask the candidates to please ceremonial handshake. All right, so, hello. As soon as the governor leaves, we'd like those who are on this side to leave through this gate. Those who are on this side to please leave through this gate. Those who are on this side to leave through this other gate, please. Thank you very much. Ejo.
Àwa tí a wà ní apá àlàáfíà báyẹn gba bí jáde ẹnu ọ̀nà wà níbí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní apá àlàáfíà báyìí ẹ ṣé o gbogbo ẹ̀yin olùdíje pátápátá la kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olùdíje pátápátá la kí o gbogbo ẹ̀yin akópa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ ṣé o, thank you. Ọpẹ́ pàtàkì lọ́wọ́ alága ìgbìmọ̀ abiniléèrè ìbéèrè ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Dúró Adélékè, thank you so much.
Hello, DJ down, bring it down, please, bring it down. Thank you very much. We'd like to appreciate your presence here today. And on behalf of the chairman, founding chairman, Splash FM and Lagelu FM, West Midlands Communications essentially, Chief Adebayo Akande MFR, we say thanks to you for coming. And we'd like to urge you to go out on Saturday and vote peacefully. Thank you very much for coming. My name is Michael Olatunbosu. And on behalf of the chairman of the day, Professor Duro Adeleke, and all the panelists, we'd like to say thanks to you for coming and for being civil. Thanks also to Edmond Obilo for helping to anchor the segment. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Ṣe fàájì, fàájì ló ní kẹ̀lẹ́. Ẹ̀dá kún ẹ̀ máa bá wọn sọ.